The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Hey, yo, welcome to Real Figures. This is episode number 62. My name is Omar V, bringing you the latest action figure toy news of the week, or at least half of it. Shit. Oh, man, I got to say half because obviously you guys know, man, you guys are anywhere near this hobby. Huge weekend going down over there in Shanghai, man. Wonder Festival 2025. Man, talk about a con. I didn't even know if you could call it a con. It was like an exhibit, man. It was just insane, man. Insane the amount of stuff that we got to see. So obviously we're gonna take a look at that stuff tonight. I do gotta promise you guys a second show, man, because yeah, like I said, I think I was overwhelmed for the first time, like trying to like gather toy news. Like usually it's a good amount. Like I've done shows in the past where I would like stream 4 hours, 5 hours almost. But this weekend just seemed like an endless, constant amount. And shout out to the people that are over there, like taking pictures and sharing and stuff. People like Akelion, The Amazing, Mesco HK, like, obviously, it's all the way in Shanghai. Not, it's not just, a state away or a city away. But yeah, talk about a cool event. So yeah, we're gonna cover that. We're gonna cover Wonder Festival, and man, maybe I get a show cracking like I want to say tomorrow, but maybe like Tuesday, because there was a lot of other stuff kind of happening around the time. Even right now, there's like some cool Bandai stuff getting shown off. So we'll probably double back and do that because yeah, I did want to talk about other stuff, but man, like I said, it was just so much to try to cover in this one event. Probably just gonna focus on that. Because man, yeah, it's like, dude, I've started like this little like, well, it's not like a little thing, but it is like something that I'm kind of starting, like a lawn care service. And man, the more you take on, like, yeah, obviously you're getting more money, but your time is just like really short, man. So I am thankful for the people that do tune into the show. And like I said last week, man, I was excited to come in here and talk about it. But the only reason I bring that up is because I didn't get around to opening the stuff I got this week from Amazon. Got the new Eternia Hordak. Oh man, I want to crack this thing open, but dude, one thing I'm gonna bring up is after seeing this stuff over there going on, it's like, man, anything else is it just doesn't hit as right, But I do like this line, man. Mattel, this is like Mattel's my favorite line from Mattel. I mean, Masters Universe New Eternia. I got the Cobra Khan, and yeah, this is like the latest wave, and I think it's Tila that comes in with that wave, but I don't know. I gotta get around and pre-ordering that. And man, I still gotta be one of the only people buying DC Multiverse / DC Direct / McFarlane toys because I did want to get the Stephanie Brown. I remember like a while ago, I think Cassandra Cain came out, and I got it, and I remember thinking like, why did I buy this? Like, I'm gonna have to get this figure if she comes out. And dude, actually, Todd actually got down with that head sculpt, man. I do like it. The character herself is actually kind of cool too. She was like a Robin for like a little bit, and it wasn't even like a long kind of event, but she was a Robin. And I know my boy Tim Drake. No, it wasn't Tim Drake. Yeah, it was Tim Drake. I think they went out with her and stuff. She's cool. And Deathstroke. I got that Deathstroke, Terminator Deathstroke, man. Dude, this artwork is fucking sick as fuck. But yeah, one of the few figures that I wanted to finish out this line with. Just because Todd's the man, bro. What else is there to say, man? He's awesome. But yo, this figure's sick, man. I do like McFarlane's, man. And like I said, it is kind of like at the tail end of his line. And after seeing the stuff that we're seeing over there across the ocean, it's like, fuck, man, this is, I don't want to use the word lacking because it's kind of disrespectful, but man, bro, it's like, shout out to my guy Codenames, man. He had just brought it up to me that it's just like, you almost kind of regret your collection after seeing some of the stuff that we saw this week, man. But stuff that I'm not really regretting that I do like, and like I said, I got to get around to opening this stuff, is I got the new Killua from Hunter x Hunter. And man, dude, talk about a cool character. It's just like I said, when you first start watching this anime, you'll get hooked, man. Even for people that don't like anime, I highly recommend this, man. It'll just like grip you in like the instant world building and the simplicity of the story, but it starts to get complex when you meet this character Killua, because Gon, like the main hero or the main character, he's just so cool too. They're both cool kids, but man, it gets really deep, really dark. But it's good, man. I recommend that. And I haven't even watched all of it either. I've only watched like a season and a half, no, 2 seasons and a half, but it's really good. And then also from SH Figure Arts, I got the Jiraiya Sage mode. Pervy Sage, baby. Oh man, I was looking forward to this figure. It's a nice big box too. So comes with a lot of stuff. And yeah, man, this is probably, dude, Naruto's another good anime, guys. I don't know if you've never watched Naruto, but I would say this is like a favorite character in there. But man, they're all good. And I only say that too because the way he went out, man, he went out like a champ, bro. It was awesome. And then also, man, the 40th anniversary Dragon Ball Goku Toriyama edition. I gotta crack this thing open. This is probably gonna be like just like a centerpiece in my collection, I think, because yeah, man, RIP, man, to Toriyama, created something freaking magical. I didn't want to say anything about Dragon Ball because I know there's a lot of people that never watched it, never really liked it, but Dragon Ball, the first one, when he was a little kid, oh man, it's so charming, dude, to watch that, and it's fun, and the instant songs that get stuck in your head, it's just so good, man. So yeah, those are like three pretty, like, I don't know, this is probably like a not like a such a new anime, but to me it is. And yeah, Naruto, pretty awesome too first time. But I think Dragon Ball, to me, it's always, I think for everybody, man, it's goated, bro. Like if we were really honest with ourselves, it's goated. But yo, guys, that's all I got. Like I said, I gotta crack that stuff open, man. But yeah, maybe we'll get around to doing like another show on Tuesday or something, because yeah, bro, I was like really strapped for time this weekend, man. It's just like a nonstop. And then to see this, it was just like, Jesus Christ, bro. Like, and then I want to talk about LPZZZ and whatever the fuck their name is, and InArt. It's like, are you guys on the same conference call to make the same shit or what? So we're gonna touch on that stuff. But yo, let me say what's up to the chat, man. Chat sliding in here. Fucking B Rivera in the house. He says, let's fucking go. What's up, B? Like I said, we're probably gonna talk about that Mezco tomorrow or on Tuesday, B, because yeah, I didn't even get around to talking about the Red Hood or getting the Red Hood ready for the show, because it's just so fucking much, man. Honestly, like for reals. Thor is in the house. He says, hi, Omar. Yo, what's up, Thor? I always love kind of saying that. Like, yo, what's up, Thor? It's like I know somebody named Thor and shit. Hustle's in the building. What's up, Hustle? I always love like YouTube names, man. Be Weird in the house. What's up, Be Weird? He said, let's go. 8 and Skate. He says, what's up, Omar? Everybody in the chat. Yo, 8, what's up, man? Tyler L is here. He says, hey guys. I love my man Todd. He's awesome too. Fighting Codenames, man. He says, real figures feast. Let's go. Bro. Dude, I was talking to this guy about it too. It's just like, yeah, you kind of feel not like regret in everything you've bought, but like, man, it makes you question a lot of purchases, especially Mayfex. I don't want to just shit on Todd, especially like Mayfex purchases. It's like, oh man, but for the time that they come out, they're still enjoyable figures, I think. And even now, I don't mind. Like, I don't mind buying stuff that I like. I think it's cool, like that Deathstroke. I'm like, yeah, that shit looks awesome. Consider yourself lucky, Omar, because great deal of McFarlane is hard to find or sold out in my area. Oh man. Yeah, I know. When I order from GameStop, I guess it's like local, huh? It's like a local thing. But yeah, Thor, I hope you get that one, because yeah, that's kind of one of the few ones that I want to finish out with. I did pre-order that Scarecrow, and if I could get those movie figures, that'd be awesome. I wouldn't mind it. Even with the stuff we saw overseas this weekend, I didn't see no fight for Catwoman. My man Todd's ahead of the game. He said Pervy Sage. Yeah, Hustle knows. Oh man. I need that Goku. Yeah, that shit. I had to get it from, where the fuck did I get it from? I think it was Hobby Genki. And then the other two I got from another spot. But yeah, I do want to crack this one, especially this one, dude. Like I said, Killer was just awesome. That was cool as fuck. And going too, they're like instantly like great characters, you know. And I don't know, like I think people that don't watch anime, if they give that a try, I think they'll really dig it. I went nuts on the orders. Pre-ordered the Hot Toys Tan Wolverine, Marvel Legends, Shuma Gorath, LPZZ Deathstroke, Figuarts to Be Hero X and Chogokin Macross 7. My man, Ghost Tab living life, baby. I know I have that fucking Doc Doom, man, shipping soon from Sideshow. But dude, I had to take the fucking L on the Venom, man. I was not gonna be able to pay all that shit because I just got charged for the Darth Vader, and then I was like, damn, this Doc Doom is shipping, and then the Venom. I saw pictures of like floating around of blogger photos, and I'm like, oh, I know what that means. I said, nope, I'm gonna have to cancel this shit. I'm not gonna want to pay for this shit. Not like 3 hot in a month, like no way, bro. I was like, what the fuck did I do? What have I done? But I kept the Vader. I already got the Vader, and I'll keep that Doom. I'm like, you know what? That's pretty cool. Like, I'm pretty happy there, and like slowing down, really like pacing myself if I do want to buy like more hot toys. But I had to get a Vader, and that Doom is awesome. So I don't really regret those. But the Venom, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna eat this fucking NRD. Fuck that. But yo, guys, let's jump into the toy news, man. Because like I said, Wonder Festival's in full effect. And I gotta start off with Sexy Ice, man. I love, like I said in the past, I love their promotions and stuff, just like their marketing, like the way they like post all their stuff on their social media. It's awesome. It definitely feels like an underground thing, like an underground company. Like, you know, only the people that are in the know would know about something like this because it looks like far out designs. But when you look at the figures, the engineering that they kind of incorporate into these releases is like pretty impressive, and it's far more advanced than stuff we have out here. You know, when you start to factor in the price that these guys go have their stuff for, even on sites like HLJ, then yeah, you would kind of expect like more advanced engineering than, you know, your average Marvel Legends and stuff. But I gotta say, man, design wise, the way they carry themselves, and like I said, the engineering isn't for anything else other than posing. The way these things pose around, it's very kind of reminiscent of Amazing Yamaguchi articulation, but I would say like on steroids almost, you know. So leading into the con, they had this getting teased out on their social media, and like I said, they're very subtle the way they market their stuff, but it's very effective. Like when you see this, you're just like intrigued instantly. If you know anything about collecting action figures, or you've heard of this company, or you've heard of people buying these, it's just really cool. I just really dig that. So when you get to see their product, it does feel like a special thing. It doesn't just feel like a regular action figure in a booth, you know. And I really enjoy that about these types of events. It's just so cool to see, you know. Yeah, I don't think you would think of anywhere else you would want to be other than right in front of these like figures and stuff, because they just look so awesome. And like I said, it's a lot of presentation going into it. So we get into the figure, and they've been teasing out like this freaking dog. And like I said, they stylize these things in like a more apocalyptic, futuristic, insectoid kind of world that they have. And like I said, even their marketing. I had to get this slide like this. Check that out. That's so cool, bro. I was like, man, the way these guys pose their stuff, it's even like the stuff they have just around their booth. It's so awesome, you know. And looking at the figure that was kind of really being showcased around this eliminator, that, man, every time I see this figure, I gotta cuss out Bomb Busby, bro. They canceled this on me, man. And dude, they just look so awesome. To be able to incorporate like a dog, it definitely has like those like I said, like a more police eliminator, you know, soldier type. So they would definitely have like a canine with them or something, you know, to see kind of like a futuristic design. And like I said, the engineering that they incorporate, it just looks like something that, man, I could never imagine opening or taking apart a Marvel Legends or McFarlane and it looking like this, you know. It just looks crazy, crazy cool. That I don't think I got the name to this exact hound or anything. And if I did, I must have scrolled past it, because, man, like I said, it was just so many different pictures from so many different accounts. I gotta shout out accounts like Mesco HK. The Amazing was out there. He was taking a lot of pics too. He got a lot of stuff on his Instagram. I highly recommend going to those Instagrams and checking all this stuff out, because it just looks so awesome. But like I said, the engineering going into this, it's crazy, man. Like it's definitely where the price is going. But it's not being wasted, because the designs of this stuff look so cool. Like, just look at this body right here. That looks crazy, man. That looks like, it almost looks like a Bionicle. I don't know if you guys remember that Bionicle line from Lego. R.I.P. man. I know there's still purists of fucking Bionicle. They wish that would come back in a more like legit way. I think they had like a kind of a special release recently or something, or a few of them. But man, that Bionicle line was crazy for Lego. And I think the only reason they did away with it was to kind of separate themselves from that type of toy, because Lego's big, but it's known for their brick style, play feature and stuff. So I think they were like ahead of the game when it came to like stuff like that. And I remember talking to my homie Johnny about that. He was really into Bionicle, and he was the one that kind of opened my mind to that. Because yeah, the structure of this body, it just looks like something you could put together with pieces like that. Obviously with the resistance of the plastic that these guys are using, that's far more advanced than anything that Lego was packing into those little toy boxes and stuff. But it's just really cool. And like I said, it allows for this dynamic posing, man, all around. And like I've said in the past also, it kind of creates a story. It creates a storyboard just by the posing of the figures and what they're doing in relation to each other. Like these eliminators, they're obviously taking on this Manticora, I think it was called, this freaking big beetle, fucking humanoid insectoid type of character. And obviously it's a fucking force to be reckoned with. I mean, just look how many of these have to take it on. And that's the story building that I kind of talk about, and I mentioned, because like to me it just looks like, okay, the power on this character, if it was to be in a comic or something, would obviously be greater than one of these guys. As cool as these guys look, the Smasher, the Eliminators, just look how cool this looks, man. Like Jesus Christ, this looks awesome. And it takes inspiration from a lot of things. Like when I saw this Smasher, it looks like a football player, like an American football player. Even the way it looks right here on the left, this picture on here on the left, it almost looks like he's about to spike a ball or some crazy shit. The character over here on the right obviously has like a more baseball type of like aesthetic, but also with that huge armor. That just look at the way these things look so seamless, and the motion that they get, and their bigger bodies. It's crazy, man. It's really impressive. And like I said, you definitely see the aesthetics of an amazing Yamaguchi. And I think one of the creators of this, I follow his Instagram. I don't exactly know what his name is, but man, he's always taking pictures of like amazing Yamaguchi. So what his favorite figures are. Definitely see the inspiration in this line, man, because it's just so heavy with it, man. And like I said, at this event, obviously they were showing off the stuff that's gone up for pre-order already. But man, we get into some of their newer stuff that has also been getting teased on their Instagram. Definitely has an inspiration of like a grasshopper. Very, very fast, very agile, just based on the posing that they have, like I said. And the character designs, it looks far out, man. It looks awesome. And I don't know. I definitely see this line continuing to grow, because out of everything that I saw here at this event, these guys look like the way more advanced stuff. And there was a lot of stuff. There's like mini Hot Toys quality figures. There's a lot of like these different soft goods types of figures. But some of this stuff also left me wondering, is this stuff ever gonna fucking come out? Because some of these companies look really far away from any kind of finalized product, where these guys don't. This looks really fucking good, man. And it looks not too far away. Like I said, when you factor in those price points and this stuff, this character right here on the right, it's already gone up for pre-order. I think a lot of these pre-orders are drying up though, like on places like HLJ or Gundam and stuff. So if you are kind of interested in this stuff as you see it, I would maybe think about picking up one. The only one that I got is the Mantis Girl, the first one that they released. But like I said, looking at the entire booth, like I don't know if I would particularly get this one, but I do like that. Even this right here, it looks like an evolution of this freaking this character that they have, this isn't just like another fucking third party Batman, or licensed Batman, as cool as they look, and we are going to take a look at them. This is just, as far as I know, it is inspired by other stuff. Like I could definitely see even like Beetleborgs. I used to love that freaking that Sentai shit back in the day. It was like on Fox Kids. That shit was awesome. I remember having like a couple of Beetleborg toys when I was a kid too, and I always just thought the designs of that stuff was so cool. You even look at Kamen Rider, all that stuff. It has a lot of inspiration going into these figures, but they're definitely cool and as original as they can be. Especially when you factor in the posing that they have, it just adds more character to them. So they're freaking awesome. And like I said, the only one I have is right here on the left, that Mantis girl, and she's awesome too. She was on a lot of people's top 10 that year that she came out. I think it was like 2 years ago already. What's the chat saying on this stuff? Oh shit. My man Ortega in the house. He says, "Hey yo, what's up, Ortega? What's good with you, man?" We all have eaten NRDs, Omar. Fuck, man, that's the worst, bro. I said, nah, no way. Fuck you, Hot Toys. I'm an idiot though. There's no way that I could afford that. No fucking way, man. Sexy Ice needs to stop playing with us. Reissues are needed ASAP. Man, hustle for real. I was thinking that exact same thing, man. Because like I said, we get into their whole display. And it's just like, dude, they got more stuff coming out, and I get it. It looks awesome. Like, obviously, we're getting a teaser out for like a Scorpion inspired character, but man, these eliminators, bro, how cool do they look, man? I need a set, bro. Man, dude. I remember just thinking, like, holy crap, when I found out that it got canceled, I remember just like, I had a weird feeling, and I was already looking at these on eBay, like, holy shit, these things are going fucking insane, like $1,000. No way. But man, they look freaking dope, man. That man, even just one would be awesome. But like I said, when you look at these dope ass displays, it's like, man, who wouldn't want to do this shit? This shit looks sick as fuck. But man, after that, I think the prices of all of them have gone up. I don't know if it has to do with like the terrorists, but I know those smashers came out to more than those eliminators. And to me, the eliminators look a lot cooler, you know. So I would definitely kill for a reissue. You're right about that, 100%. Because yeah, they look awesome as fuck. Ghost Tap saying those robots remind me of Appleseed robots mixed with American football. Yeah, the Applebee's. Yeah. I know. I remember. I used to watch like, well, I still do like NFL on Fox and stuff. But like back in the day, I don't know if they still have it, but they used to have like in their bumper promos. So like, for like upcoming shows and stuff, they would have like a little robot football type character. They look dope as fuck too, man. Dude, I wouldn't mind playing an updated game. Do you guys remember NFL Blitz? They don't look nothing like this, but I just remember the hardcoreness to that game. That was awesome. It was so sick. With Cordell Stewart on the cover, he was just like, yeah, NFL Blitz was a shit. And even in the arcade, it was made for the arcade. But man, on the N64, that was awesome. I wouldn't mind like a game like this, even if they don't have licensed teams. I don't care if it looks this good. Like the designs of these characters look so awesome. They will definitely make for cool comics, cool anime. I'll play them in a video game. They look dope as fuck, you know. But yeah, like I said, be on the lookout for this stuff. They are, like I said, pricey though. So I'm not rushing to pre-order a lot of stuff. Like I said, I missed out on that set. I like those a lot more than the Smasher. I pre-ordered one of these Smashers, and I pre-ordered this big Manticora fucking beetle thing. Big bad Beetleborgs, yeah. I forgot the name of that Elvis looking fucking thing on that show, but that shit always creeped me the fuck out. Not when I was a kid, but I remember I recently seen a picture of that, and I was like, oh man, I remember that fucking thing. It was like a memory unlock. I forgot the name of the character, but he was scary as fuck. And then yeah, like I said, they're already teasing this stuff out like on their social media. So they got like we didn't see at Wonder Festival, but this is based on this like silhouette. You can tell it's gonna be badass. So probably see that at the next event they're at, or just eventually like on their social media, because they're all over the place, man. And then we got to move over to the Romanki booth, because man, they came with some really cool looking stuff too. And I think it was Mesco HK that kind of brought this up, and it didn't really have to do with this company or Sexy Ice, but it was another company like a more, I don't want to call them smaller, because to me, I don't really know the sizes of these studios and stuff. But they did bring up the fact that they did notice that kind of theme. It was like a lot of really like bug themed figures, you know, but they stylize them so cool that they definitely pop off, you know. And I had to put this little dude on the thumbnail, because to me, this was like one of the craziest looking fucking things, but it just looks so cool. And even like the paint selection, it just looks so dope. Like, man, that just looks like I said, I've brought it up in the past. I said it like that. Jay Leno, yeah, was that Jay Leno, bro? Was that Jay Leno, dude? Oh fuck, man, dude, look up a picture of fucking Beetleborg's Jay Leno looking ass. That shit'll scare the fuck out of you, bro. What's the name of that character, Tyler? Oh, you remember that shit, dude? Yeah, was that Jay Leno? Holy fuck, dude, was that guy scary? But like I said, going back to this little guy, he looks so awesome. and I guess it's like a set, it's like a set of them. So right here on their little acrylics and stuff, they have their names, and they just look cool. They look cool, and if they're all painted different colors, I did see them kind of on the silhouette of this poster, and like I said, even like the marketing that they have for this company too, it's really cool, especially if you if you follow them like on X and stuff. They're always like posting videos, and like they get around to showing their stuff off pretty cool. Flabber, bro, look up a picture of Flabber from Beetleborgs, bro. That shit is terrifying, man. So yeah, like I said, it's like a set of them. So man, I don't know how much they would be each, but they look really cool. Yeah, I would definitely wouldn't mind going in for all of them, but it just depends on like the price and stuff. But they all look like they have like their own kind of different kind of like features and stuff, especially like on their head. That's what really tripped me the fuck out. Like I said, the designs to some of these characters, it's like, man, I want to see more stuff like this. As good as these Batmans look like from LPZZ and in art and shit, it's like two companies making the same shit on top of the shit we're getting out here already. We just recently talked about the Mesco Dark Knight stuff, and it looks good. I'm like, you know what? I think Mesco inspired a lot of these companies out there in Hong Kong, because they're way more advanced now. I think not way more advanced, but I definitely think Mesco put these studios up on a lot of game with their stuff, man. Because yeah, they're taking it to a whole nother stratosphere, though. I think as far as the likenesses on their faces go, and just like I said, the engineering that they're packing into their stuff, and obviously they're out there, so they can get stuff in production a lot faster. But man, it's really crazy to see just the amount of stuff and what every company decides to make. But I think Romanki, shrooms and acid, yeah, fuck yeah, that's the only way you come up with this, right? It's like, holy shit, man. For these weird beetle bug looking figures, you got to ask, what are these artists smoking? Yeah, there you go, shrooms and acid. Oh man, it's just, to me, like I said, I like it more so because it's stuff you don't really get to see all too often. Even though, like I said, it brings up kind of inspiration. Like this has, even though it has like a bug look to it, it looks like armor, like a dope armor that, yeah, if a beetle, in the world of like insects and stuff, they're freaking, their skin and stuff is resistant to a lot of stuff. Like they can fall and they won't splatter all over the goddamn place. So I don't know what the fuck the infatuation with bugs is, though, because they all had like a really cool design to them. And their booth kind of revolved around that. It was kind of a mix of stuff, and they're all look pretty interesting. I wouldn't say I would go in for each one like this. As cool and gnarly as it looks, I just wouldn't even know how to pose this fucking thing. It's like, oh, holy shit, bro. But man, it does look gnarly. And we get into more of their booth, and like I said, they have like a well mix of everything. Like this character right here on the right, I love that shirt size. It's like a nice shirt size. Man, dude, they are really killing it as far as what they're trying to do also. And like I said, you're gonna see kind of figures and companies kind of make the same type of stuff, not just bugs, guys. Wink, wink. Bugs are a free IP. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. And they're so crazy. And I think that's why I brought it up. Like when I look at a dinosaur or something, like, man, that shit's so cool because it's real. Like freaking animals are crazy, bro. Like anything from insects to fucking mammals and all that shit. Like you can make so many different characters out of that stuff. So yeah, seeing and even kind of dress them, use them as garments. Oh man, dude, and yeah, their designs are killing it across the board because even this character looked really cool. It's just the design to it. I like that they're kind of adding more of this stuff. I know they're really getting around to doing blank bodies and stuff, but like I said, when we were talking about their big male body, it was like, man, I'm not really a customizer, so it's like, what more can I do with this outside of just pose it around? Which I have enough stuff to pose around all the time, man. It's just like I don't have to get every single thing. And like I forgot to bring this up, but the one thing I did open was this Streets of Rage Rue. Man, I had a blast just playing with this fucking thing. I was like, yo, this toy is freaking awesome, bro. Um, I fucking was late to the party to get that fucking that set of TMNT on Walmart. But man, I saw that they had my boy right here. I was like, man, this shit is sick, bro. I was like, like, dude, I was just having a blast with this thing. It was $10 and they were gonna ship it to me for free because I have that fucking Target Plus bullshit. So I was like, oh, $10. It was in stock, and they had one in stock. And I remember I remember a while ago I wanted it, and I guess it was just out of stock in my shopping cart. And when I missed the when I missed the link on the fucking on the on the on the TMNT 2012 set, I was like, oh, I'll still get this guy. He's awesome. But yeah, like I said, there's so much stuff out there, guys. That, I don't know. I'm not rushing to buy every single thing, but if it already has like a character attached to it, then yeah, I wouldn't mind it. Like this one, she looks really cool. She looks awesome, and even this one too, like the painted face already. That's more so than anything. That's what I want. Like the blank bodies that they don't have like painted head sculpts. I'm like, man, I don't know. I guess I could just get somebody to paint something for me, but I kind of like companies that already have it. And then you could just kind of trick it out with some clothes or just leave them like that. They look awesome. They look great. And man, they're getting around to doing kind of the same stuff that other companies are doing as well. We're going to take a look at the Fury Toy stuff that I think we already talked about that went up for pre-order, but in booth shots. Like I said, a lot of companies are kind of basically kind of making the same kind of stuff, but it all has like different kind of inspiration and stuff. Like this, I could see like, I don't know, like an Android 18 or something like custom. It just fits. And it's kind of funny too, because even the hairstyles, it kind of resembles like a similar company or a similar toy line from another company. So I don't know, but it is cool stuff. I do gotta say, insert Masaroshi nosebleed. Yeah, I know, right? It's like, holy smokes, man. Like, dude, they look cool. Like I said, even the prototypes just look cool, man. People were really, I was at least just kind of looking through these pictures over and over, like, damn, these things look crazy. And it doesn't even look like they're kind of close to production, but they are moving along pretty well. And this is kind of cool to see. They were kind of really focused on just doing blank bodies and stuff. Now it kind of looks like, yo, we could kind of attach character designs ourselves and stuff and kind of put this stuff out there. So I think it looks awesome. But I do like that. Masaroshi nosebleed. All the waifus to reenact Baywatch. Hell yeah. There you go. I'll be down for that. That'll be perfect. You're right. Oh man. And then we move over, like I said, Fury Toys also. And this is another theme that kind of really got around was the Journey to the West, man. Wukong, Sun Wukong. It's getting made by a lot of companies. But a lot of people are really digging this Fury Toys one, man. Where I didn't go for it myself, but I do got to say, man, the little monkeys and the whole articulation to the figure looks great. And after seeing these pictures, I'm like, man, you know what? Am I gonna pass up on the best Wukong? Because we're gonna take a look at the stuff from Noda and some of the in art stuff that they're making from the video game. And man, there's just so many different options that I gotta really kind of pick and choose, because that's the other thing, man. It's not enjoyable when you're just trying to buy every single thing. I at least don't have fun. I was talking about my guy Codenames. I'm like, bro, I feel like I'm spending more time sometimes shuffling through accessories, putting away some boxes or something, than even enjoying the damn toys. And it's like, I don't want to do that anymore. Not so much, at least, because shit, sometimes, yeah, fuck, there's a lot of cool stuff out there. I don't want to say no to every single thing, but when you see similar stuff, I'm always gonna wait. But one thing that just threw me off though is that these guys are making these dwarves. I think we saw these last year at Wonder Festival, and they were all great prototypes, if I can remember correctly. And now to kind of see them painted up, at least two of them, man, I can't wait for these guys to come out. These dudes look so awesome. Like, to me, these are like the best. I don't want to say the ultimate best looking dwarves, but the way they stylize them just looks so cool. I know a lot of people, they pick up Mythic Legions. Some people really dig on the dwarf stuff that they put out. And I think the recent one that they showed off was that Legacies of Mythos, and I thought he looked really cool. Like, he just looked like he was coming straight out of Valhalla and shit. But the way these guys style these guys up, even giving them freaking hand cannons and shit, they look so freaking cool, man. That, yeah, even just these three guys, I wouldn't have to go so deep, but these three guys, I've never really seen like a figure like this, with these huge ass arms and shit. That it just fits these characters so well. And even the armor, all the stuff that they have on them, this shit's look cool as fuck, man. So definitely waiting on these. Hopefully they go for pre-order soon, because like I said, we saw these last year and nothing really came out of it. I think right now we're gonna take a look at some of their mounts and stuff. And they're kind of getting around to it, man. So we'll see. B Rare saying the only monkeys I need are Saiyans. Oh, my man Frieza. Yeah, there you go. You just like my man Frieza. Big ass dwarfs. Yeah, they look awesome. Like I said, the way they stylize them, and they all, for just being three of them, they all look so different. Like this dude with a fucking big ass hand cannon. Look at that shit. Shit looks dope as hell, man. And like I said, even this dude right here on the right, my man coming straight out of Valhalla as well. And then this is the female line that they have cooking up that I think we talked about last week. Also, it was like a image of three, like a silhouette of three, and they look really cool. I think this character's name is Athena, and this is the only one they had on display. But man, I gotta say, if they're using that female body that we just took a look at, like that blank body, like I said, incorporating their character designs or inspirations to stuff on their bodies, like man, I'm for that. I'm for that way more because yeah, give me something attached to this shit. Like the female bodies, the blank bodies are great, but I like this stuff a lot more. You know, that you could already kind of tell they're gonna not skimp out, like as far as the soft goods goes, just the accessories that it comes with. Like look at that huge ass axe. That looks freaking badass. The head sculpt looks dope. That I don't know. I got to see how these guys find ways around, articulation on the neck and stuff. You always kind of look at like, Marvel Legends, like a She-Hulk that has that type of hair. It doesn't really look up, can't really look side to side too much either. So I want to see what these guys think of, stuff like that. And character designs, man. Armor looks great. The base looks awesome. That, man, these guys do offer, even though these are like priced up more than like a Marvel Legend or McFarlane, man, I feel like you get way more bang for your buck. Who doesn't feel like that? Like when you get like something off of 5K toys, it's just like I said, since it's not attached to stuff, it is kind of at a disadvantage sometimes. And I can see why companies would lean into making like, fucking third party Spider-Man or whatever. And that stuff looks great. Like that DB Studio 6-inch plus stuff, it looks great. Like it looks awesome. But I gotta give props to the companies that are going out there, just kind of creating their own kind of worlds and stuff, and it's just like a proper mix of stuff, like a female body, you're getting dwarves, there's like recent Kickstarters have gone up that like, oh man, one of the unlocks is a female body. It's like, man, don't make it if you can't make it, motherfuckers. Like, go ahead and make it, like I would think, but these companies are out here doing it, man. So I'm definitely interested to see when this stuff goes up for pre-order and just how far away it would be, because so far it does look like it's going in production and stuff, but it does definitely looks like a huge process. Because yeah, the way they stylize them, every body, and just like the mix of stuff, like these guys go from making like little monkeys and Wukongs to dwarves to female bodies, so it definitely looks like a good spread of stuff, and like I said, if they use this female body, man, like they're gonna be eating good just off of the investment that they put into making this body itself, because not only are they going to sell blanks, they're going to sell obviously the stuff they put on them with characters attached to it. So it looks great. And like I said, man, doesn't it seem like they kind of even resemble the Romanki stuff? It's like even down to the hair colors and shit. It's like, are you guys the same company, or what the fuck's going on? I kind of feel like they're like splinter companies. They splinter off and then guys start their own studio and just kind of, that's what I always kind of imagine, at least. Because man, like, yeah, these companies got to be like seeing, look how much shit we're selling out here, guys. It's like, fuck, man, let's keep pumping this stuff out. And man, if you're good at it and you're out there and you have the means to put some of this stuff in production yourself and start a little startup, man, I can't imagine why you wouldn't, and shit, they're eating good. Because from there, like I said, Wukongs to dwarves to female bodies to these TMNT figures that I think really put them on the map when they first came out. As far as I know, the first Fury toys that I ever caught note of was that Leo, that Samurai Force Leo. And I think they got around to changing the name. That's when everybody found out, oh, it's Fury toys, and then I think they changed like Rage toys or something like that, Samurai Force. So as far as I know, this is the first company, or this was the first line of figures that they did. But after seeing other companies like the Ling Jing Hoon stuff, it definitely looks like, yeah, they stylize them cool enough. But there's, like I said, there's just so many different companies making kind of the same stuff. And some look way more advanced, where this looks way more advanced than anything Playmates would ever make, right? But when you see it compared to something else, just across the across the area over here, it's like, man, it just looks, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I really enjoy just the different kind of lines, though. Even though I could see better quality in another figure, I would still say these are freaking dope. And I'm waiting on the winter, man. I'm waiting on Raphael. These are like the female turtles. So I don't know. They look cool as fuck, though. I wouldn't mind getting them and then just tagging them along to the brothers and stuff. I got the Splinter And I don't know. I think that's kind of what really started my want for more anthropomorphic figures. It was like, man, this little crazy little TMNT line just looks so cool artistically that man, started to see other stuff, other anthropomorphic stuff from Purity Toys, like that Azure line that everybody's copying right now. Even the stuff at an accessory, it got me to want to buy those figures and stuff because based off of this line, you know. And then this mount, man, dude, this thing's been teased out for a minute. That yeah, finally, it looks like it's close to going up for pre-order and stuff. Or I think it has already on 5K. Um, I might be off. I think I saw it. I forgot where I saw it, but it might have been like Gundam It or something. But yeah, it looks like this thing is molds done, test shot and stuff is already ready to go. But man, even just this looks so freaking cool, man. You know, it's like one of the best lines I think out here that people really dig on is the GI Joe stuff. And anytime they have these figures with like, you know, obviously like dogs or fucking crocodiles and all this stuff, it's just so awesome, like the engineering that they do into just a simple freaking animal. Where it's definitely hard. It's not a guarantee it would sell, but man, this in this time right now that we're in, I think people just want anything articulated, man. Dinosaurs, figures, animals, whatever, man. Anything and everything, you know. Every kind of cartoon that you can remember, anything like any anime that you watch, movies that man, even animals. Like I said, it don't even have to be anthropomorphic style. It could just be plain old animals. That, yeah, you stylize them a bit. It definitely has like a fucking saber tooth tiger vibe to it, but the armor that they're putting on it, it just looks so freaking cool. I think I would just go for like the regular orange one. You know, he looks fucking badass, but I could definitely see them using this body for like a freaking uh battle cat, and it's just man, it's just made for that, you know. Like these guys are investing into making these bodies, but they're gonna get their use out of it eventually, obviously. But man, these things just look fucking gnarly as fuck, you know. I gotta say, I gotta get at least one of these. And I love the design to like the freaking armor that it has. Definitely kind of looks a little bit Motu inspired, but it also has like, I don't know, it kind of reminded me of like Aztec headdress also, but it just looks really cool, you know. I wouldn't mind them making like a freaking panther out of this shit or a fucking jaguar or something. That'd be awesome. I need that tiger. Yeah, that shit looks sick, bro. Um, the Bebop is so dope. Yeah, I can't wait for that shit. Also, Hustle. Yeah, Obi-Wan is in the house. It says, "Sup, Omar? I've been waiting for this tiger for a while. It looks like a tattoo style tiger, if that makes sense." Yeah, it does, huh? It has like a stylized look to it. I definitely know what you mean. Like one of those badass fucking sword through the fucking snake, tiger wrapped around that shit, fucking tattoo. Oh man, those tattoos are sick as fuck. Every time I see fucking like tattoo shops are like, oh, they can do this shit. I'm like, man, you gotta be a badass to get that shit. Shit. Man, but yeah, this thing is awesome. But yeah, like Obi-Wan and Tyler I was saying, this has definitely got to come out soon, man. A lot of people are looking forward to that. And yeah, like I said, overall, their display was pretty cool, man. That Sun Wukong, like everybody's picking up, is looking dope. And these little monkeys that are like free, I think they even put them out in like accessories or packs of 3. Man, the display that they were building with these is just like so crazy. It just looked crazy, bro. It definitely looked like these figures were alive and shit. When I saw that display that they had at the beginning, I was like, man, it looked like, damn, that's a dope ass booth, bro. Low key, like how fun does that look? You know, the diorama and all that stuff. Like, man, this shit just look crazy, crazy, crazy. You know, like if I only had these toys, you could definitely have a lot of fun, man. It's like having that many, like, dude, who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want that shit in their collection? That just looked crazy. This fucking tiger, god damn, looks badass, bro. So yeah, they were off to a great start. This is some of the stuff we've already kind of seen previously, you know. But like I said, the theme that kind of revolves around was Journey to the West, man. Noda Collections have put out a couple of figures already in their line. I think they started off with their Wukong. Looks like Sun Wukong is coming out soon, and the head sculpt on this just looks stylized different. It kind of has a more realistic look to it, you know. Where the Fury Toys one kind of looks more, I don't want to say animated, but it definitely has a different stylized look to it. But this Noda one, man, that's like one of the best. No, I don't want to say one of the best figures I own, but it's definitely a badass Wukong that it definitely made me dislike that Four Horsemen just a little bit more because I was like, man, you know what? There's better stuff out there, and I don't want to just bash on the Four Horsemen because that one did have a lot of cool stuff that I liked about it too, like the armor that it had, paint, obviously stuff and stuff. The sculpt to it also was cool, but it just wasn't. At least mine was. I can't speak for everyone's, but at least mine wasn't like it didn't feel like it was put together as well as something like this. We're just looking at the eyes of this shit, man. They just look like crazy, crazy detailed. And like I said, the articulation to this is something that I would have probably had a really hard time doing with the Four Horsemen one that I just ended up putting it in the box. I think I have it in my closet somewhere, stored up somewhere, because it to me, from my release, it just would pop like off the waist a lot. And it's like, man, this is like a monkey. It's like it has to be able to crouch, it has to be able to do this stuff without just feeling like so I don't know, so loose and stuff. Where the Notice stuff is killing it, man. Notice stuff is killing it. Their booth was pretty cool. Like I said, this is stuff that they've already been teasing out for a while now. And it kind of makes me wonder if and when some of this stuff even comes out. Cause man, like as cool as these things look, they definitely look like they're very different from one another. Like they're not gonna get a lot of reuse out of this stuff. So being able to kind of sculpt these out and engineer these and kind of know how much it's going to cost to go into production, I could definitely see why it would stall a company, because we've seen this crab dude for well over a year, if I can remember correctly. This Garuda shit looks dope as fuck too, where it trips me out the speed to Fury Toys, but like I said, I feel like the Notice stuff is just a little bit more, I don't want to say advanced, but a little bit more detailed. Because look at this. I forget the name of this elephant, but look at this shit. Looks dope as fuck too, man. You know, like I said, right now everybody's picking up that Fury Toys Azure line. That shit looks awesome. I just paid for my Toysy Metaverse one. I got the blank, not the blank one, but like the kind of looks like stone. I just like the way that one looks. But I do have this Noda Azure line on pre-order. Not the one, not the shit on the screen, but the Azure line that they have with the throne, the blood. I do have that one. I think that shit looks a little bit more badass than the Fury Toys one. But I didn't want to miss out on the Fury Toys one either, man. I think it looks cool, but I just feel like they're stylized different. Got to kind of pick and choose which one you like better. But they're both equally cool. This kind of has like a more realistic flair to it, I would say. But Noda's killing it, man. The few things that I have from Noda is like the Wukong. I have that Rurouni Kenshin figure that I showed that I don't even have on display because I put the Wolverine head on it. That I'm gonna switch back actually. That Hugh Jackman, that fucking old man Logan, I have that one, and a Moon Knight figure that they put out, and that's it. And I haven't really had any issues or any complaints about their stuff, man. So I don't know. I do want to kind of get around to seeing what's up with some of this stuff, but like I said, I'm not gonna go for every single fucking thing. There's just a few things that I just would not end up getting, like this freaking seahorse dragon fucking looking thing. This shit looks crazy, but I can imagine if it is articulated eventually, it looks like it is gonna have articulation. I can't guarantee that I would go in for it because it looks like it looks a little bit too much for me. But the displays, it makes for cool displays, especially if you're fans of these like stories and stuff. Like this folklore and everything. It's just cool. That's that Noda Wukong figure. It's cool. And like I said, this isn't the only company. Also, we're gonna take a look at the in art stuff that they're doing for the Black Myth Wukong gang. And those figures look great as well. Those figures look awesome. But just getting to admire the stuff that every company's doing, I think that's well worth it, and that's kind of the one thing that I was getting out of like this event was just getting to admire this stuff and appreciating the work that these companies put into this stuff. Yeah, they're killing it. That should look like a blast being out there. That should look so much fun. Like, man, just going each and it looked packed, bro. It looked packed. So obviously the hobby's well and good out there, and I would hope it's still well and good out here. I know we're going through sometimes like fucking shitty kind of quality or shitty kind of pricings and stuff, shipping wise and stuff. But I don't know. I like to think that the hobby's still well and good when I see events like this popping off anywhere in the world, you know. And then these guys as well doing their female bodies. And I gotta say, this one looks really fucking cool, man. Like I said, they already have like the detail to the character already. It's not just a blank body. Like, man, this looks really fucking dope, man. Think of a couple reasons why I like it. Let's just say that. But man, cool shit all around. Even this little cat dude that I think I've seen the one on the left went up for pre-order, but I'm not 100% sure about the one on the right. But even that figure looks like a lot of fun. And then their bigger bodies, like that blank mail body that they have right here on the top left. Like it's cooler than not every company's doing superhero proportions and silhouettes and stuff. They got like a more regular male body. Like that's awesome. And yeah, like I said, their character designs look cool as well. And these guys are also going to dip into the horse game. Where man, take a look at a couple or a line from these guys coming up right now. But man, fuck, I kind of went. Not even go too deep in those Fish Toys D20 horses, and I like them. Like I said, I got a free one recently from 5K Toys. But man, these look fucking dope as fuck too. Where do I need more horses? I don't think so. But man, this shit looks freaking dope, man. Like that head sculpt, that looks really dope. And then they're going to be sized differently also. I think these might be a little bit smaller, where the D20 ones aren't huge, but it is a bigger horse. Where I don't know, I still like them for 112, but man, this looks really good. So man, I think I would have to go at least for a black horse, maybe a white one, because I have a black one and a brown one from the D20, but this white one's gonna look badass, especially with this line that they announced, man. Because Lord of the Rings, guys, man, fucking finally revealed. Oh man, I gotta say, I think these guys, honestly, for as low key and as low profile as they were, it seemed to me that with this line alone, they stole the show, bro. Because these figures look fucking excellent, man. This is something that I would have expected out of like InArt. That's why it's kind of disappointing to see. Not disappointing because man, they don't know us shit. They don't know me shit, especially. To just see Batman and then the same Batman on across the hallway or wherever they're at, from another company. It's like, oh man, I know they're doing the 1/6 stuff. Queen Studio is in our 1/6 stuff, but man, I would have imagined they would have been all over this right here because man, Noda came out swinging with this, man. Aragorn looks awesome. Legolas looks great. Like, and I like that these guys are doing like giving you every type of option as far as head sculpts go. Because rooted hair is not to a lot of people's likings. A lot of people don't like it. I think it looks cool. I probably wouldn't display it all the time, but getting the opportunity to display it is always a huge plus, obviously. Where it just adds something that a sculpted out piece won't give you. But the sculpts look so well on the hair also that yeah, it just looks like a great two figures all around. The soft goods look on point. In the likeness, man, that recent, it's not the Hellcat Aragorn, but it's another one. I forget the name of the company, but it was like on 5K and Toysy Metaverse. Man, that head sculpt, I waited for a review on it. And I think even the Hellcat one, I think they put out an Aragorn as well. I like the Great Wizard, man. I like the third party Gandalf that I bought, but their Aragorn, I was like, nah, that ain't it. I'm gonna wait for the fig warts. I don't care if I mix lines. Man, those fig warts look horrendous, hideous, god awful. Where it's like, Bandai, why'd you do this? Why the fuck did you do this, man? They put out a pretty good Indiana Jones. I thought they got their likeness shit on point. I was like, yo, this is gonna be awesome line. I didn't buy one figure from that line. Fuck no. I think it's dead too. I don't think they put out any other figures for pre-order, but it looked awful. Where this Aragorn for me, it hits it, this head sculpt, I saw a lot of people not liking it too much, and I can kind of see nitpicks that I have also, but I think it still looks great. And like I said, you get the option with the rooted hair. I think for this screaming head sculpt, I would use the rooted hair. I think I would. It allows for a more battle ready kind of sequence on your shelf, or just taking a picture of it or whatever. It looks great. But just the look of it, man, the details in the eyes, they look awesome, bro. And then we get to my boy Legolas. So this dude is, man, talk about a cool character also, bro. Like this dude was down for the fucking cause from the jump, bro. And that's what I liked about his character. He was ready, bro. He was ready to fucking take them all on. Also, like he was just a badass character. Like the way he just shot like so fast, it was dope, man. That movie, those three movies are freaking awesome. Like I remember for the longest time, I never watched them. I had never seen them, and then the first time I saw them, I wanted to watch all 3 movies in one go. I was like, "Whoa, this shit is like incredible, man." Like seriously, the first time I remember watching them, I was like, "Man," instantly watched the second one, and I was like, "Man, do I got time to watch the third one?" I was like, "Nah, but I'm gonna have to. I can't wait. Like, I can't wait to just watch it all through." And I think I could now. If I was to start this shit like midday, fuck yeah, I'll watch all 3 of them in a row. Like, man, it's just such a good story, and it allows for good characters, man, to be made into a figure form, and it just trips me out that it's taken this long to see something this proper, you know? Because like I said, the options they're giving you with the different head sculpts, I saw a lot of people kind of mentioning that they're kind of worried about, just the eyes looking in a certain direction. But right here we have them looking forward. I think they might use magnets for it. I've seen that being used by a lot of companies, like magnets and stuff to kind of move the eyes, and yeah, that would work. But overall, I like all 3 of these head sculpts, but I think they all add something different. Like the one right here on the far left, that looks badass. Like that looks perfect, you know. Um, so yeah, they're killing it. And then the Nazgul, like, dude, like I said, you're gonna have to get some of these horses. You're just gonna have to. Like you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to buy instant army builder right here, you know. And like I said, I just gotta wait and see how much they're priced at. But overall, I feel like I said, they were really low pro about their shit, man. It really looks like they wanted to show out with like more of their that journey to the west line that they're like really big on. They've been working on that line for a fucking minute. But I feel like this is just gonna ramp up sales for them. And yeah, hopefully they get around. They gotta make the rest of the crew. There's so many good characters, but I just have to wonder how fast they're gonna be to get around to making them. But out of everything that we've seen from like Lord of the Rings from every company, I think these guys are the ones that are just far superior, far superior, you know. Shit. So yeah, hopefully they go for pre-order soon. It looked to me like they were kind of ready to go and stuff. Like to see them already have horses as well, it's like, okay, yeah, these guys, they want to build a proper line to this shit, you know. So I don't think they're gonna skimp out. My man Boncho in the house. What's up, Boncho? Raceland in the house as well. What's up, Raceland? What's going on, man? He says, what's good? TKD bar, what's up? SAO TKD bar, what up, man? Badass, man. Yeah, he's talking about that tiger, dude. These, man, like I said, all around, every company was bringing something different, man. But it just, like I said, it kind of makes me wonder, like, do I need more horses? Do I need another horse? Not really, man. But if you get these guys, hell yeah, you're gonna need them. And they got light up features in the eyes, so that's gonna be crazy selling point. I don't know, man. Like I said, seeing all this stuff, it's kind of overwhelming. Not just like keeping track of everything that's coming out, but yeah, like trying to factor in price points, man. It's like fuck. If I was to go deep into this line, it would have to probably be the last Lord of the Rings line that I would ever buy. Like I you got to think about it like that sometimes now, and it kind of looks like it might be. You might just be happy with this forever, you know, and that wouldn't be a bad thing. But from there, moving to Maestro Union, and this is another figure that we've kind of seen teased out for a while now. Also, that I don't think it ever went up for pre-order, but this Mad Monkey, and out of all the companies, I feel like Maestro Union was kind of like really a bummer. Like they didn't really have much. They had like this Mad Monkey. They had this fucking I don't even know what the hell this is, like a Oni type fucking figure that looks great. And as far as I know, they're the ones that made that Master Wang, right? That's a dope ass figure. That was like one of the best figures recently that I could recall. You know, I remember when that first couple images came out of it. It was like, man, this shit looks so badass, like a fucking anthropomorphic tiger and shit. It looks like a fucking Ronin samurai motherfucker. Like, dude, that thing looks crazy cool. They came out with that rabbit too that took a fucking minute. So I don't know, man. I don't know if these guys are doing as well as these other companies, because it didn't really look like they had much. They had, like I said, this dragon, anthropomorphic dragon type figure also, that I don't know. Like I said, it wasn't this company that we talked about recently, but it was another anthropomorphic dragon. And like I said then, and I'll say it now, call me old fashioned, but I'd like my dragons to look like a fucking dragon. I don't need them to be fucking anthropomorphic. Where it works for everything else though, like this Mad Monkey looks cool. It definitely has like different kind of flair to it outside of a fucking Wukong or some Wukong, something different. But it's a while ago that we first saw this teased out. And like I said, it just kind of left me wondering, like, if these guys are doing as well as some of these other companies like Noda. And then also Fist of the North Star. It's like, how fucking random, you know? It's like, how fucking random, you know? Um, where the sculpt and everything looks good, but even these guys, like I said, when you have all this stuff at the same event, it even looks dated compared to other stuff already. And this is stuff that hasn't even gone up for pre-order. So it always leaves me to wonder, is this stuff ever gonna go for pre-order, and is it ever gonna come out? Because I don't know, like, this would take a freaking long time to put together. It would have to be a small production, but how small? And is it gonna meet the production? Like, I don't know. So I always wonder that, because like I said, we move into the Ling Jing Hoon booth, and they got a good spread of stuff as well too, man. Like, they've done this Pacific Rim line, and I've seen Isaac Wong take a bunch of pictures of them. And for the most part, I hear that they do really well. A lot of people that are picking them up are really digging them, you know, like a few of them have gone up on 5K toys where they're not really priced too crazy. I think it's like around that $100 price point, kind of similar to like a SH Monster Arts or something. But they get around to making a good amount of stuff also that also kind of resembles other companies as well too. Like, they're also doing anthropomorphic stuff, like these pandas, panda. They look cool, man. But you know, they have I think it was Fury Toys, right? They put out those like brothers and stuff, and also a couple tigers. Like I said, we just talked about the Maestro Union Master Wang. These tigers right here, it looked like they're engineered differently, but also stylized differently, where they have a more cartoony look to them. And I think that's the one thing kind of that keeps me away for the most part from Medi Toys. But is it going to keep me away from forever? I don't know, man, because looking at their TMNT stuff, bro, this looks fucking awesome. Like, this looks instantly cool, and it just pisses me off that it's just more fucking TMNT. It's just more TMNT, man. It's just never enough. It's never a fucking enough, bro. Cause, dude, these booth shots were just so good. Like I said, they really kind of lean into anthropomorphic stuff where plain old regular animals are just fine, man. You know, we're waiting for that four horseman bear. These guys had put out that war bear, that Medi Toys war bear, but it's just like, can you guys just give us plain old fucking animals? Yeah, you can stylize them a bit, but give us some mounts. Give us a freaking bear walking on all fours. I don't need that thing looking like a fucking Ronin or some shit all the damn time, you know? Because these bears look fucking great, bro. They look really fucking cool. Where I think when we saw that first it go up for pre-order the first time, that brown bear, I kind of said that. I was like, you know what? It kind of looks a little bit too cartoony, but seeing them in the booth here with the freaking just snarling at you, they look crazy cool. Like, they look really badass. Where I know recently there's like a GI Joe Snake Eyes polar bear 2-pack. I feel like this polar bear could kick that polar bear's fucking ass, no problem. It just has like more grit, more attitude to it, and this brown bear looks awesome too. Where, man, it just, like I said, it sucks where you have like a company like Four Horsemen, and they put this out, and I'm sure these guys over there see that, and they're like, hey, we could do that too. Fuck it. Just tweak it around, stylize different, pump it out faster. It's like, yeah, it kind of sucks, you know. But I think when you build up a fan base like the Four Horsemen have, it's like they don't have to worry. Nobody's eating their lunch, you know. They could just kind of stay, course ahead, and just put out their stuff when they can. But it just definitely seems like these guys out here play by different rules, man. Also doing a Wukong where, man, like I said, you get Wukong the fuck out. You get Wukong the fuck out, man. It's a lot, man. The panda. Where these two were exclusives, as far as I know. They definitely look like a cool set, you know. But like I said, do you want two of the same figure just with different kind of paint apps? I don't know. Maybe if they come with like different accessories, I could see that. But it definitely makes for a cool looking set. You can say the same thing about these tigers also. Where even the Maestro Union stuff did that. I got the Master Wang, but I didn't go in for the white tiger. I was like, nah, I don't really need, different kind of paint apps on this thing. It's the same figure, really. And then their Minotaurs, they're freaking big Toro looking dudes. They look great, man. Action figure overdose. Yeah, 100%, bro. Like I said, man, this is fucking Man, this is like it kind of frustrates me. Like I said, when you see the same type of shit, but they are different. They're different enough. And like I said, this is where you really got to be smarter than these guys. It's like, I'm not going to buy every single fucking thing I see. Hell fucking no. So I have to really decide what's the line that I like the most. What's the one that's going to give me the most enjoyment? I don't want to pick and choose. I don't want to get these pandas, panda, and then the fucking accessory minotaur guys, where these ones look cool. They offer something different, but like I said, I got the accessory guys already. It's just I don't need more bull guys. Shit, man. But man, they do look cool. They do look cool, and I do look forward to people picking them up so I could just enjoy them from afar. That's where like people like they review this stuff or the company send it out to influencers. I like that. I don't mind that. I don't mind that the influencers get free stuff. It's like, hey, I can still enjoy it just seeing that it got made and these people are like reviewing it, and it keeps the money flowing, baby. Keeps the hobby well and good, man. I always say, like, um so hey, they can keep making the same shit over and over for all I care. Hooking me up with a lot of lizards, Raceland. I got bras in Atlanta. Panda. Yeah, I'm fucking overwhelmed, dude. Like I said, man, there's just no way. There's no way I was gonna be able to cover every single fucking thing at this event, plus all the stuff outside of it. But man, it's fucking dope. Like I said, I don't think I would want it to be anywhere else than over here at this event, man. It just looked like a shit ton of fun. All the cool stuff that you could see, buy, even, like not only the exclusives, but man, there's other smaller companies that probably didn't get as much shine, because you start to see these goblins, these fucking big ogres and shit that they put out. And look how much fun they're having too. Like this little goblin hanging on this shit just it just looks cool, man. Little different goblins that you see wandering around. They just look so cool, man. A lot of fun. That, yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind companies making the same thing. They kind of tweak them around differently. Yeah, different kind of their own touch to it, their own spice to it, man. So I always think it's awesome. Yeah, Raceland. Shit. Figure Fight Club in the building. He says, "What's up, dude? Yo, Figure Fight Club. What's up, man?" We got Tyler else saying that I like the X-Ray Minotaur more. If I like World of Warcraft, then I collect them. Yeah, right. They have like that WoW kind of look to them, and that's kind of why I'm like you. I kind of like them to have a little bit more grit to them, but these do look cool as fuck, man. They do look cool, and man, I've not heard any bad stuff about the people that are picking up these huge orcs and stuff. They are killing it. And like I said, we're gonna get into their TMNT line right now. Oh man, shit, it's more TMNT, baby. I can't get enough, man. Um, and even these like Oni characters that they kind of put on these orc bodies and stuff. Yeah, they look cool as hell. We're now putting like a Ronin Wolverine. That looks pretty dope too. Like that head sculpt that we talked about when it went up for pre-order. It just adds I don't know, like an homage or something. Like they're kind of homage. I think that's awesome. And then there's Oni. That a lot of people weren't fans of the rooted hair on that thing, but it definitely adds character to the figure, man. It's just like I said, these are, to me, are decisions that are being made by obviously the creators of these lines and stuff. And it's like it's different personalities, man, throwing something into a pot and cooking it up. So I think it's always cool to admire everything, even though I could dislike stuff, I still can see all the other cool stuff that they do have. Like I wouldn't really go in for these figures. Like I'll just be honest, but I do like the Oni mask around their belt. Like they do have other cool stuff that even if I was a customizer, I would look to get some of this stuff, And I think that's where isn't that where 6 Sense Plus was getting a lot of his shit from these bodies, of the Mithril bodies and these bodies? And now I think they're making their own bodies, right, for the Hulk. But man, when I would see these bodies, like this red one over here, if that was like the first orc we saw, it's like instantly you think of like a red Hulk. Just put a fucking red Hulk head sculpt on that, some fucking ripped pants, and you're good. You're ready to go. When they first started doing these orc bodies, now it's taking it into a whole nother stratosphere, also in a different direction. And like I said, that's kind of why I think of these companies as just splintering off of each other, and fucking more TMNT, god damn it, more fucking TMNT. This Bebop and Rocksteady from Ling Jin Hoon / Medi Toys. Oh man, it's more TMNT that I'm gonna get. I'm sorry to say, I'm gonna get them, man. And I remember when the Mezco TMNT set came out, I was like, man, whenever they get around to making other characters. I think we saw the Shredder tease out at SDCC, obviously. But man, are they gonna get around to making a Bebop and Rocksteady? And after seeing this stuff, would you even want it? Like, man, this stuff looks good to go already, man. Like, a lot of people obviously buy a lot of different lines for TMNT. They all offer something different, but these look stylized wise, premium factor wise with the soft goods, like man, it just looks like the best versions of these characters until we see the next line. It's always the thing, right? You always see the best version until you see the next one, man. And that's kind of what becomes a bummer eventually, man. The leatherhead, the slash, just look at that slash. That shit, man. I can't wait to see that painted up. Bebop and Rocksteady as well. Like they're just gonna look so fucking cool, man. And it's gonna be hard to stay away. Baxter Stockman, fucking Foot Ninja, a Shredder, and the Splinter. Fucking Splinter's over there naked and shit. Oh man, he's naked around his baby turtles, bro. That ain't right, dude. That is not right, bro. Shit, man. But yeah, these look cool, man. These look definitely cool. But I don't know, man. Shredder, kind of like that Mesco one, man. I kind of like that Mesco one. This one looks a little bit too chunky. So pluses and minuses always, man. But their turtle set, man, I think it's the most anticipated turtle set since that Mesco set. I don't think there's another turtle set that's been this anticipated outside of the Joy Toy stuff. I remember seeing a lot of excitement when that line was first teased off. And they're killing it as well, offering something different, obviously for the more 118th collector. But man, 112, like these look awesome, bro. They look fucking awesome. It's just like I said, it's more TMNT, but when it looks this good, you can't complain, man. You cannot complain. You can only pre-order. So yeah, I can't wait for these to come out. And it looks like they're pretty close to final production, right? I think they're close to shipping. I mean, and they did go up for pre-order kind of separated. I believe it was the Leo and Raph that went up for pre-order like the first time they went up, and then like I want to say like a month maybe after. I think it was the Donnie and the Mikey. But it looks like they're close to coming together, as I said, because at this event they did have a Mikey and Raph exclusive. Mikey looking like the last Ronin, so that looks awesome. Kind of inspired there, but overall with two samurai looks to them, I can't wait to see like the Donnie and Leo that they eventually will do, because they're adding like their own kind of Medi Toys flair to it, and that's what I was saying about those Oni characters. It's like, even if you were to buy that and kind of mix and mash kit bash stuff, like, even use those for these turtles to fight, like stuff like that, it just makes for good toy lines. It's just, you're obviously licensing out the TMNT stuff, but inspired from that license, you can make a whole bunch of other stuff that people are going to want to collect as well. So yeah, pretty cool overall. And I think if I was at that event, I would have flocked to this booth maybe right away, because these things looking awesome, and I would have definitely swooped in for a couple of these exclusives right here. They look fucking dope as fuck. I was like, damn, these look cool. These look freaking awesome. Shout out to Achilleon. Like I said, he goes in for a lot of this stuff. These Panda were also exclusive, and I believe he bought the Oni dude and the two TMNT figures that were there. The limited edition Panda. Nasser in the building says, "What's up, Mario Nas? What up, bro?" TC in the building says, "I don't mind mixing the goblins from various lines, that and the different orcs." Yeah, there you go. Hey, there's no right or wrong way to collect it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, for me, I think, I don't know, I don't want to say like OCD, like that's a fucking thing, but I don't know, like price point wise, it's like that's at least the way I approach it. But yeah, I dip into different stuff too. That at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? You just mix it and mash it and stuff. It doesn't really matter, At least that's the way I like to be. Also, like I don't really like dictate myself too much, but when it's a lot of the similar stuff, I'm like, well, I don't need that many, It's like, fuck, I only want a few, so why wouldn't I just get the same line? But yeah, it's just so many different options, but they all offer something completely different also, like I keep using that word stylistically, but that's what it is, man. Obi-Wan saying, feeling anthropomorphic fatigue, and I don't even buy too many of these, just an opinion. Yeah, it definitely became a thing, like I said. And if I could trace it back, really, when it first started for me, was that Fury Toys line. That Fury Toys TMNT Leo. Obviously, TMNT's been around all the time. That's like the king of anthropomorphic stuff. But that Fury Toys Leo, I feel like it sparked a certain type of like third party figure. Like it just like now we're seeing the whole fucking license line. Like holy shit, you know. But yeah, I feel you on that, you know, and that's kind of what I mentioned about with the bears. It's like I don't need all these motherfuckers wielding around fucking swords and wearing armor and shit. Like sometimes I wouldn't mind an articulated fucking tortoise. That'd be cool. Like, it doesn't have to be a fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, you know, all the damn time. But it is cool stuff too. That I'm talking shit, but I'm still copping a lot of it, man, because it's just some of the better stuff out there, at least in my opinion. The Wally going to be feeling it. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's what sucks, dude. I think that's what is really the overwhelming feeling that looms over everyone. The Shredder looks like the 2003 design. It does kind of, It does kind of look like that. But I think painted up, I'll probably dig it a lot more. But just silhouette wise, I just thought it looked a little bit too chunky. Where I really like the way that Mesco one looked. It kind of had like a more Mirage classic look to him. Like this shit damn near looks like that Heat Boys fucking Mecca and shit. But I don't know. They all offer something different. I'm sure with the paint, especially the way it's detailed paint. Look at this shit right here, bro. Like their skin and all that shit. Like the shading and all that throughout the figure. Like man, I think that more than anything, that's what really stands out on these things. You know, because yeah, how many times have we seen a goddamn Leonardo and Raphael, Mikey and Donnie before? But you know, adding that extra detail, this is something Playmates is never gonna do, obviously. You know, NECA is I feel like they're the kings of TMNT, but man, even them, they're falling short in comparison to something like this, you know. I gotta get my hands on that 2012 set though. I can't wait for that shit. But man, everybody offers something different, man. You know, everybody offers something different. But I said I'm here to admire all that shit. Like, even if I'm not going in for every single thing, I like to just see it, man. Like this is the dopest shit, you know. That I was at work this weekend and I was like, fuck. I was trying to keep track on my phone of this shit. I was like, God damn it, I'm not gonna have fucking time this weekend. Like, holy fuck, this is crazy. But I look around and there's not one soul in that entire vicinity for fucking miles that probably even knows that this is going on, you know? This is kind of like really a niche hobby when you really think about it and stuff, you know? Like, but when you look overseas and you look at all the people that were there, it's like, man, it's a lot bigger than you might think. But still, is for the common person out here, it's not like on anybody's fucking mind at all. You know, as cool as this shit looked, like I said, I wouldn't have wanted to be anywhere else. And then we jump over to the D1 studio booth, and man, these guys are probably getting a lot of points too from me, even though I haven't really gone in for their stuff. That Blackhorn figure I didn't go in for, but I got to give these guys points for coming out, like I said, with other stuff outside of the stuff we've already seen a lot of, you know, like I just said, the Wukongs, the TMNTs, the fucking waifus. Like stylized wise, these guys are like bringing kind of a more different kind of edge, you know, kind of reminds you a lot of like graffiti style. It's just a really cool look to figures and stuff. And I feel like these guys are doing well for themselves for doing that, you know, because they stand out. There's a lot of people that went in for that Blackhorn figure. That yeah, man. I think honestly, I might eventually have FOMO the more stuff that I see come out from them. Because at their booth, they kind of showed off this fucking metal dragon that kind of looks like it's like a fucking helmet to that Blackhorn figure. Like, yeah, it might have to have a crazy kind of display stand, but that looks really crazy. If they were to put that out, it kind of just looked more like for their booth, like a display for their booth. But that looked really cool. You know, it looked really cool, and it just kind of brings character to their company overall. Like I said, they really kind of stand out just by looking so different compared to everything else. Also kind of bringing soft goods though. You know, they're kind of obviously putting together a stylized look, but they're going for that look. They're going for that soft goods look. It adds that premium factor. We kind of said that about soft goods figures. It just adds a little bit of a premium factor to it, you know. And then yeah, design wise, I feel like a lot of people are eating this stuff up because it does look cool. I definitely see like it kind of reminds you of that band, the Gorillas and shit. And I think a lot of people get reminded by that when they see this type of figure, but it just looks cool. It pops on the shelf. It's something different. that, yeah, the more I see, the more I like, and I kind of do kind of regret not going in for this dude. I saw a lot of people were talking about it when it popped up on 5K, and I don't know, I didn't really look too much at it, but it does look cool. And seeing this new guy kind of attached to it, it kind of lets you know these guys are kind of world building and they're not probably gonna burn out or whatever. That's kind of the one thing that kind of throws me off sometimes when you just see a new line, a new company. It's just like, is this just gonna be a one-off figure? But once you see a build out to a line, it's like, all right, cool. Yeah, we'll see what's up with this. Like the more they put out, the more you like, at least for me. But yeah, pretty cool. I know a lot of people were digging this little booth, but low key as well. Like these guys were not kind of bringing a lot of attention to themselves as far as like the huge areas and stuff. But they did have some cool stuff, man. A lot of people were kind of flocking over there, and it looks like they're kind of putting together like a 1/6 release also. I don't know if they're already known for that, but it even works for 1/6. Like it even works, and I think it's the same head sculpt, right? It just pops on that body because it kind of looks like the same proportions and stuff, just on a bigger 1/6 body. Where if that is the case, then that's pretty smart. Like that's pretty genius, you know. That would be cool. That would be an instant way to get people to buy both releases or both scales and stuff. Like that would be really awesome. So I don't know if that's 100%, but to me it kind of resembled that they were the same head. That'd be awesome. I'm not 100% sure though, but yeah, overall this was just kind of their booth there. And the whole area, it kind of looks like a fucking hangar and shit, right? It just looks like fuck. Even out there in Shanghai, I don't think this was like huge news that these people were having this event, but it's just cool to see this subculture popping off, man. Hustle saying Blackhorn, hope this line keeps going. Yeah, by the looks of it, I think it will. You know, I think this pre-order, as soon as it pops up like on Toysy Metaverse or 5K Toys, you know, a lot of people are gonna go for it. Like you definitely know that. Looks like that Tank Girl art. Oh yeah. You're right. Like I said, it kind of reminds me of, yeah, like a kind of a graffiti, but also kind of like a comic book, like a specific type of comic book. But yeah, that Tank Girl shit. But yeah, overall, we'll see. We'll see where these guys keep going and stuff, and like the decisions they make to kind of make more stuff. Because yeah, this 1/6 stuff, I know for sure they were eating off of this guy. I don't know if this is like previous to that or just the future that they're going into. But if the head does fit that body, I thought that would be interesting. But it doesn't look like it from this image right here. Kind of does look like it's slightly bigger. So I don't know. But overall, pretty cool. You know, got to see more on that. And then we jump over to like the 52 Toys booth, and like I said, in the past we were waiting on this Yoshi Xenomorph, and dude, kind of seeing it painted out, I'm kind of relieved a little bit because I was wondering that. I was like, how's this shit gonna look painted up, man? And dude, didn't get too many images of it, but it looks like they're well and good with this shit, man. That looks like it's gonna be the best posing Xenomorph out there, so I can't wait for that. And talked about this Predator last week or about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Also sculpted out by Yoshi, and yeah, stylistically, like this thing looks awesome. It just adds something different that just going side by side with that Xenomorph is gonna look really fucking awesome. So can't wait for that. And then this Prometheus Stone Cold Steve Austin looking ass motherfucker, also there, not sculpted out by Yoshi, but cool to see 52 Toys also out there doing their thing. They kind of teased out this Captain Commando, and I forget the name of that fucking game, that game that he comes out in, but I know it would fit in for a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 show for a display or a shot that you got cooking. So got to see that. But overall, I didn't really get too many images from 52 Toys because it looked like they're really gonna go hard on that Street Fighter 6 and stuff. And like I said, man, I'm kind of Street Fighter the fuck out, but hey, man, they kind of have a deal with Capcom. It looks like it kind of that's the case. Yeah, see what's up with it, man. So, like I said, the more the fucking merrier. And then this line, I thought this was accessory, but it actually wasn't, and that's what it kind of started to throw me off, man. Like I said, you start to see so many different things, and they all kind of resemble the same stuff, you know, like they all they all kind of resemble the same stuff, and it kind of annoys me that it's just like, can't you motherfuckers make something else, man? And this company is called, what the fuck is this shit called, man? Dude, I can't even remember. I don't want to say the wrong freaking thing. It sounds like a complete jackass, but that wouldn't be the first time, you know. Let's see if I can get this thing translated, man. No, I can't. But yeah, it resembled like that accessory stuff, but also kind of resembled a little bit of the Fury toy stuff. And that's what I mean. It's just like, damn, dude, I don't want to just be buying every single thing, but I don't have to, I don't have to at the end of the day. But even this, it looks like it would make a cool custom for a Wonder Woman, even. Like I like the way this kind of looked, the head sculpt wise and stuff. But just the articulation, like I don't really know like the body to this, but even then, if it kind of works well with other stuff, doesn't can't hurt to check some of these out. And then this definitely reminded me of that accessory one, that hill deer figure, but as far as I know, that's already kind of close to production. So I don't know, if I don't think it is, but it definitely has like that same kind of look to it. And then this like samurai big sword chick. I like her chest plate armor. Like that looks cool. Yeah. So like I said, some of this stuff I always have to wonder, like, how far away is this company from production, Um, my man Tyler was saying they thick, yeah, and that that's gonna be a selling point. But even that thigh swivel, like, oh man, after seeing other companies the way they're engineering stuff, it's like that thigh swivel to me, it doesn't look right anymore. As this, it looks dated, like I said, compared to other stuff within the same event. It's like fuck. So you would definitely have to hide it with something like this, like the armor or something on the side of it, and like I don't know. But like I said, you could just kind of customize it yourself or kit bash stuff. And these guys look like they're coming out with more goblins. So that that's not a bad thing. Especially when you get these different kind of head sculpts with their tongues sticking out and shit. Hey yo. So that would be, yeah, that's like I said, if they're engineering their stuff, their own stuff, and stylizing them differently, I'm sure they're gonna keep getting good sales just like the other companies. And then jumping over to the Hasuki booth, I don't think they had too much there. I just saw these images kind of floating around, so it just looks like more prototypes to this. I forget the name of this line. I don't think it's the Salvo series. I think that's like the more realistic military, but they do have some cool stuff that they put out. And I know that Salvo series, that military line that they have, a lot of people are really digging that. I watch B's Battlegrounds. He has like really good reviews on military figures, and yeah, he's reviewed a couple of those Hasuki joints. And yeah, the waifu line that they have does pretty well. I've seen like a lot of like kind of more SWAT type looks and stuff, so they look cool. They look really dope. I always like their like the shoes that they have on their figures. For some reason, they kind of have like a sneaker vibe to it, so they look pretty dope. Uh, two-handed swords, yeah, fuck yeah. I'll get the Viking chick. Hey, there you go. The good people at Capcom really stretching that Street Fighter IP thin. Yeah, man. Fucking dude. They're probably selling more of that fucking license to figure companies than gaming companies, man. And then Snail Shell also putting out a couple cool things in their booth. A little wolf girl, little wolf fucking girl with her little drones and shit. I like the look on that mask. That actually looks really fucking dope. I like stylized on that joint. And like I said, man, more snail shell stuff. You get this horny chick. Oh man. And this company, it didn't really look like they had too much, but they did have like this like video kind of showcasing like one of their female bodies and stuff. And like I said, after seeing different kind of engineering, look at the side on this thigh right here. It doesn't have like that ugly thigh swivel. So you probably have to incorporate something into that thigh. But look at the one right here. Like they're getting all kinds of motion in that, where like I said, I did have like a little video for this. It's pretty cool. Like the little, it kind of looks like they could have done like a stop motion to this. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, this looks pretty cool. I just like this little video clip that somebody filmed. It just looked awesome. And look, you can see all the range of motion on it, like perfect. Yeah, I drink some fucking water, man. I was thirsty as fuck. Um, but yeah, these bodies are great. I know a lot of people are digging on the snail shell stuff. And like I said, they start pumping out blank bodies too. It's like shit, man. A lot of these things are selling like crazy. I'm like, who the fuck is buying every single blank body? But man, then you see the pre-order sell out, and it's like, holy shit, man. But I know when you see like that's why it's just like, dude, when you get a female Marvel Legends, like, god damn it, guys, can you guys advance this shit just a little bit, goddamn more? It's like it could be done. It's like it could be fucking done. Look at this shit. Sushing Studios, man. These guys are not skipping out either. Dude, the one thing that they're really getting ahead of, I don't want to say ahead on because man, it's always gonna be a thing, is the fucking bunny girls. They got their bunny SWAT team, and I don't know. Like I said, they put their own flair to it, their own touch to it, man. And give them some assault rifles. It's like, yo, you can't fucking lose with that. And then this fucking thing, I was like, holy smokes, bro. Like, man, this is a family show. I was like, holy shit, dude. I think I might get flagged for this on YouTube. Just this alone. It's like, what's on the fucking screen? I don't know. I don't know. Gotta get away, guys. Gotta get away. Oh man, but no, overall, I think Sushi Studio, like I said, they definitely know their audience, the audience they're making figures for, and I can't be mad at them, man. Right here on the left. Fuck you guys. Oh man, yeah, pretty cool set overall. I haven't really gone in for any other stuff except for that tentacles that it's in my HLJ. But shout out to Be Weird. I know he got that in hand. I ain't seen him take a picture of it yet. But what else are you doing with it, Be Weird? Oh man, because like I said, I just got flagged for this right here, man. This doesn't look like it's safe for YouTube. So yeah, be on the lookout for that, guys. Sushi Studios, man. Like I said, they definitely know their audience, and look at the area they're in. It's like all white. It's like nobody's around. Oh, nobody wants to be around this booth. They're all far away. And then when you go to these booths, it's like, all right, yeah, cool, normal shit. Because we jump over to the Ladu Toys booth, and like I said, man, they're kind of doing some anthropomorphic stuff too, but they definitely have that furry aesthetic to them, man, that I actually don't mind. I think it works, man. I think this looks pretty cool, man. I did just recently pick out I forget the name of this character, but the one right here on the left, and I do have pre-ordered the one on the right. Cowgirl looks pretty cool. But I think they're doing like the Zodiac, Chinese Zodiac. So they got Mouse Girl, Dog Girl, I think, Pig Girl. So yeah, we'll be seeing more of these, but overall, I think they look cool, man. You know, they look cool. It's something different, obviously, with that waifu aesthetic as well. You know, if you're into that kind of thing, if you're into chicks with tails and stuff. Man, overall, I think they're cool, man. They definitely engineer something cool and something different. Like I said, they're already kind of attaching characters to it, so you don't have to customize anything. You could just buy this and just kind of collect the set. Where I'm not gonna go all the way fucking in, but I'm gonna definitely see what's up with these when they're like painted out and stuff, you know. But overall, I did enjoy that they are like, it's an anthropomorphic line, but it's something. It's not like a fucking. I mean, they are swinging like swords and shit, but they're kind of stylizing them that like anime kind of look to them and shit. So I like that, you know. I like that more so than just like a fucking a Viking chick that my man Tyler L was like. And I like that one too, but I don't know. This adds a little bit something different that I haven't really seen before. And then it looks like they're making some Evangelion figures. I wasn't 100% sure if this was Ladu also. Because I think this is Ladu Toys, but this is the Mystic Land line, and I don't know if they're collaborating with someone else to make these figures, but I think this is the only picture that I saw floating around. So yeah, we got to see more on that, because I actually got confused with that and Blokies as well. And then this line over here, this is not Ladu or anything, but man, this is just kind of more of the same, you know. More of the same, more of these badass chicks and stuff. But this is, like I said, I could definitely see these going in for pre-order one day, like on 5K Toys, just randomly, like, oh, that shit we saw at Wonderfest. But it's like, damn, man, it's just fuck. Everybody's making the same type of shit, you know. It's like, I guess, you know. I don't know. It's cool to see just different companies pop up, and I'm sure for these guys is maybe it's just really, you know, grassroots. You know, these guys are just, hey, fuck, they want to make the shit they want to make, and yo, yeah, we're gonna take our shit to this event and stuff. And then yeah, you get shows like me to talk about it and stuff. Different shows on YouTube. This shit was all over Instagram, man, all over X. A lot of people were talking about this event. So yeah, definitely, if you're like a little startup company, like, hey man, as small of a company as you are, you want to put your best foot forward. And I feel like look at this stuff. It looks cool. You know, I can't say that it's like it sounds like I'm talking shit about it, saying it's more of the same, but it's just like I said, it's just, I don't know, kind of resembles a lot of the same stuff. But I do appreciate companies kind of coming with it, you know. And then they did put out this type of vehicle. It kind of looked like they just customized that McFarlane fucking White Knight motorcycle and shit. But this should actually look kind of cool, you know. It's just something different. I think anytime you see like a mount or a vehicle, that just, I don't know, it just, it's an eye catcher, definitely. So like I said, I always just have to wonder if this stuff comes out, when it goes up for pre-order, and how much exactly. But overall, I don't know. I don't want to say I'm passing. I don't want to say I'm locking it up, 'cause I just don't even know if it's ever coming out. Hustle was saying, Leah. Yeah, there you go. That's the name. I forgot about that chick's name, but the line overall, I think, is pretty interesting. Hardfast saying someone needs to make High School of Dead figures. Boing. Hey yo. Hardfast also saying, Omar, I got that Mess Toy symbiote coming in tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, that's dope, man. Yeah, I saw. I think I saw Jay Hernandez taking a picture of that, and I think he said he really dug that shit. How much is that? Like $30 or something? Dude, I gotta fucking jump on those goddamn Mess Toys, CT toy stuff. I haven't really gone in for any of that stuff, but man, if they're $30, like holy shit. I think that didn't they put out like a Scarlet Spider or some shit also? Did that one come out also, or is that one like early prototype still? Because yeah, those shits are, dude, that's a good value for 30 fucking dollars. Like holy shit. Omar, when he hops on that all protein diet. Hey yo. Yeah, my dude's yoked the fuck up, huh? Because we jump over the V Toys booth, and man, these guys are definitely putting out their versions of figures, I guess you could say, man. Because yeah, they were not going for that same silhouette body. But one thing that these guys that definitely came out with, when I think they were one of the first companies to do this, was like kind of put out like a silhouette image, and there were all these different like shaped bodies and stuff. There was like a slim body, big hulking body. I think there was like a female body. And then nothing ever came out of it. You know, nothing ever came out of it. But it looks like these guys have been working, man. They've been working. And I don't know. Just like I said, when you see this stuff, it's definitely a lot harder to do something like this than something obviously that's just a slim body. You know, it just, you could get the proportions pretty easy, how the body moves and everything. But something this huge with these huge ass traps, like holy shit, bro. Like, do you even lift, bro? It's like, god damn, man. Yeah, this is definitely gonna take a minute to put out, you know what I mean? Like, but it looks like they're well on their way. Like I said, I gotta give these guys props because they never really gone away. You know, they've been, like I said, they've been working. These little figures were interesting. When I saw these in the booth, I just thought they look kind of cool. They look kind of creepy as fuck, but at first I thought they were gonna be like statues or something, but you kind of see the articulation, even have like soft goods. I was like, these things look pretty interesting. I could see them coming out with this a lot faster than something like this, you know. And then yeah, I don't know what kind of figure they would attach to it or character they would attach to it, but it looks like they have like a specific kind of line that they kind of work with also. And just kind of have these different sublines. I mean, so I haven't really gone in for any of their stuff. I think one of their first figures that, like I said, when they first came out, when I first took note of them, was that Robin figure, that Cyberpunk Robin. And man, a lot of people dug that shit. And I thought eventually they would get around to doing like a reissue or something, but I don't think I've ever seen that ever go up for pre-order again. And like I said, around that time, that's when they kind of put out like silhouettes and stuff. But man, it looks different. It looks different than some of the other stuff like the Fury Toy stuff. But since they all kind of have like this monochromatic look, it just doesn't look as fun for me. Like I've said, I always like shit when it pops, man. It doesn't always have to be bright colors and shit, but god damn, bro, shit just looks too drab, man. It's like fucking shit, bro. It's like god damn. It looks cool. Like I said, I can't say that it doesn't look cool, but when I was looking at these, I was like, dude, a little color won't fucking hurt you, for fuck's sake. Like, god damn, bro. Like, come on, man. Something, a little gold or something, you know, a little sheen to that armor. Fuck, like, holy shit, bro. Even this guy, I was like, man, this is Cyberpunk. It's like, dude, are they all wear black and gray and shit? Like, what the fuck, bro? That's the only thing that I noticed from this, man. That's a Kozer toy stuff. But yeah, that's the one thing I was just tripping. I was like, dude, are these like fully painted or like final products, because like, dude, they just look so like they look cool, but they just look so boring, bro. I don't know, man. I hate to talk shit out of any company because these look really fucking awesome, but damn, bro, like, dude, a little paint in this wolf's eyes would have like would have done a lot. So I don't know. Maybe I'm talking shit. Maybe these are not final productions, but that's the one thing that stood out to me was just like, man, this booth just looks like it just blends into the fucking wall. Holy fuck. Like, god damn, guys. Come on, man. Some kind of color won't fucking kill you. But man, stylistically, I think they're gonna sell well. Like this shit, I know people are gonna jump all over this shit. This shit got that fucking Gohan hair and shit. So it looked pretty cool. So we'll see what's up with this. And like I said, Kozer Toys, they had a little booth side by side with them and stuff. So I'm not familiar with these games. I don't know why they were like the most popular shit, and I just never took note of it, man. I never took note of it. But this fucking death dude right here on the right, I know a lot of people were digging that figure. I don't know what the fuck this motherfucker's called on the left right here, but like I said, those look like some crazy proportions. I would always have to wonder like how hard or how well put together these types of figures would be, because they just look like, man, they look like a lot to move. But out of this death dude right here on the right, I didn't hear anybody complaining about that shit. I think a lot of people were digging it and shit, man. He's got a fucking horse. That shit looks sick, bro. So yeah, any company coming with some kind of mounts, like I said, it's definitely gonna attract a lot of attention, man. This shit looks crazy. Like, yeah, I can see a lot of people going in for this shit. You gotta wait to see that. And then Dark Crown Toys Burning Souls line. Like I said, man, it's just, to me, these look cool, but man, they just look too just not my cup of tea type of shit. It's just like I said, it's just too monochromatic, man. But they look cool. I like it more so with this fucking like raven crow head sculpt. That shit looks sick, and the black wings. Like that looks awesome, but I don't know. This shit just, like I said, it just kind of, I don't know. I don't want to use the word boring because the design, it's definitely not boring, but yeah, I don't know. That's the only thing to me that just stands out is just the lack of color. And it's just like, God damn, motherfuckers. Who the fuck you think you are, Omar? Wearing all black all the time? Just kidding. Kidding, not kidding. Oh shit. What's the chat saying, man? I'm over here fucking going on my stupid rants. 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, exactly. I was like, this shit just blends into that fucking black wall that they have right there. Like, god damn, bro. Are these toys or what the fuck are these, man? Like, what the fuck are these guys? Like, holy shit, bro. That's a Joe Mad art inspired figures. Oh yeah, Joe Mad. There you go. That's the name of the artist, right? These guys, right? There you go. There you go. A fucking Joe Mad. Okay, so I gotta buy them just for that reason. Hardfest looks cool but boring. I agree. Well said about emo crows. Yeah, it just like it looks cool, but it's just, I don't know. For me, I don't know, man. Like I said, it's gotta have some kind of toyetic factor for me some of the time, not all the fucking time. But man, when I see this shit, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I think I might be passing on this shit pretty easy, but it looks cool. It definitely looks cool, and I don't want to just bash it completely. But for me, it's just it's not something I want to kind of put in my collection at the moment. And then we got to move into the 6-inch plus booth, man. And one of the booths that definitely took a lot of attention was, as far as I know, a customizer at one point, from what I understand. And I gotta say, man, if this is custom work, this is fucking killing it, bro. Like, I am all over some of the stuff here, man. Cause yeah, like I said, you'll always get the bread and butter with the TMNT stuff, man. So you get like a Mesco style shredder that definitely has that cartoon like inspiration to it. I like the colors on this shit. It's really hard to fuck up Shredder, man. His design is just so fucking cool. Like, any fucking design to Shredder always looks instantly cool. And I feel like this is just simple enough, but super effective, and like the quality going into this shit looks on point. This guy comes out with stuff, but he tweaks it around till he's definitely happy with it. Because I think we saw an image of a Shredder go up on his Instagram like about a year ago, but it definitely looked like a custom. Well, right here, this looks like, if I was to see this from an official company like a Mesco, I would be like, damn, that looks awesome. And we move into the Snake Eyes also, and dude, commando style Snake Eyes, like shit, with the different head sculpt as well. I gotta say, this looks fucking dope as fuck. Also, man, simple but effective, man. That's like the main thing. Like this just looks super cool. I saw people kind of referencing that you can kind of see his neck and stuff, like the flesh on his neck, which is awesome. The sleeves rolled up. It's just really cool looking, I gotta say. So like I said, really low profile. Not a lot of attention going out here. Obviously, if it's third party, it's like I don't want to attract a lot of attention, but I felt like it was like some of the better stuff out there. As far as like third party goes and shit. Because that Noda officially licensed Lord of the Rings line, like I said, to me, I feel like that stole the show. As little as a display as it was, to me, I felt like was the best thing that I saw. This green scar that went up for pre-order, where after seeing these next couple Hulks, I gotta think, why the fuck did I pre-order this one? I was like, man, as cool as this looks, I was like, you know what? These classic looks to Thor are just so much better that I'm like, yeah, I'm an idiot. I was like, I didn't have to go pre-order that one, but man, I'll be happy to have it. Also, it doesn't come with the throne, but you can pre-order the throne as well. Man, like I said, these more classic Hulks, it's like you want to talk maximum Hulk. Eat your fucking heart out, Hasbro. It's like this is maximum fucking Hulk right here. Look at these head sculpts right here on these little right here on the bottom, like not attached. That looks awesome, bro. Like that just looks and that was the main thing I think that I didn't like about that Maximum Hulk was like the head sculpts that it had. It's just like out of all of them, then none of them really look like a quintessential Hulk, they could be, where this right here automatically does. With both of these types of head sculpts, they work well, kind of a more modern look, a more classic also. Yeah, this thing looks great, man. Obviously, like I said, it's got its Mezco inspiration, man. I feel like I said, Mezco definitely inspired a lot of customizers, a lot of even now like customizers, third-party companies, official companies. Like before, I would not see too many like soft goods figures. They were out there, obviously Mego back in the day, but now it adds that premium factor some of the times that a lot of like toy makers or customizers, like I said, they definitely lean into that because it elevates their shit. This could just be a really good head sculpt on a green orc body, and it's just like, yeah, you need soft goods because you're not going to sculpt out pants. It's just going to allow for a better experience. But man, they look fucking awesome. Like I said, this gray Hulk right here, where I'm like, man, it makes me look at my Marvel Legends Hulks, and it's just like I like them. I still kind of eventually want to get that Maximum Hulk eventually, but it's just like when you see this stuff, it's like, damn it, man. Like, why can't we get some of this stuff, Hasbro? And it's just a bummer because I think that was like the biggest bummer on that Hulk was like, you guys are dubbing this Maximum Hulk, so that just kind of means like, damn, you guys are not gonna get around to making a better Hulk for a while. But hey, man, maybe it's gonna be not necessary after you see some of this stuff. So I don't know. Another company is definitely gonna eat your lunch. Maybe a customizer even. Because then we get to the Red Hulk, and yeah, this one looks cool too, man. Different head sculpts, they just look so freaking good. Like man, this looks like I would pay top notch to get, like easy 100, or $100 for the head sculpt painted up, like just the head sculpt alone, man. You got more people sliding in. Pockets in the house. What's up, Pock? What's good with you, man? Shout out to Pock. We got Hustle saying all he was 6 inches plus. Phenomenal how this so beautiful at 112. Yeah, like I said, it really came off swinging, man. They got a lot of attention. Not just with the Hulk, but I really like the way that Snake Eyes looked. It just looks so simple, but like I said, I was like, man, that looks better than the Mezco. Like that to me just looks clean as fuck. It just looks badass. Where it almost looks so simple that you can kind of almost think, I can make this. No, you can't. No, you can't. This shit is dope as fuck. It's like I can make this. I got a fucking Mezco body. I could just buy a head sculpt. No, you can't. Know your limits. Not just kidding. I know there's definitely people that can, but I know for sure. I'm like, yeah. As soon as I see that go for pre-order, I'm jumping on that. With these Hulk as well, man. Like I said, I like my Marvel Select Hulk also, man. That Hulk, that fucking Immortal Hulk. I like that Marvel Select Red Hulk. To me, those are like two of my favorite Hulks. But man, getting these three, That'll probably be it. I probably wouldn't need another 3 Hulks for a very, very fucking long time. Like, if ever, you know? So yeah, I can't wait to see these go for pre-order. And then we move into a Thanos also that, like I said, it kind of looks like that fucking Mezco that not a lot of people were fond of, but I don't know. Hopefully, this guy tweaks this suit around to allow for all the movement, because I think that's what really hindered on that Mesco, along with the body on that thing was kind of dated. So, don't really see pictures of that Thanos too much from that Mesco, that 112 Thanos. I don't see anybody ever take pictures of that. It's kind of crazy, huh? Where recently I got that Psylocke 2-pack. I thought that Thanos was awesome from Marvel Legends. I also have a Diamond Select one, 2 Diamond Selects one. I have like a kind of a more modern, and then like that old ass one. And that's it. Those are the only Thanos I have. But man, this gets pulled off the right way. Shit, man. This would probably be quintessential Thanos type of shit, you know? But man, I don't know. I gotta wonder about that body, because that shit does look kind of funny, bro. It looks super rubbery. So I don't know how well that's gonna fare over time or just look overall. So hopefully he tweaks that around. I think he just kind of wanted to show it off for the show. And then the 6-inch plus Thor also. Where, man, I don't know. This definitely looks a little bit customized, you know, like a little bit. I don't want to use the word cheap, because it doesn't look cheap, but I think Bobby was bringing it up on 3POA last night. That, yeah, the look to the Silver Age Thor, it's like, you know what? I got that Hasbro Marvel Legends. I don't think I like soft goods for this look. I don't think I like it. So, out of all of them, this is probably the one I could probably pass up on. I think he's making a different Thor also, though, right? Like a different kind of armor plate on him. But I don't know. I would have wanted to see that at this event. That would have looked kind of cool to see side by side. But yeah, I don't think I like this fucking classic look for Thor in soft goods. It kind of looks like he's like wearing like a homemade costume, kind of, you know, like those fucking plates on his suit and shit. It looked like they're glued onto that shit, you know. It just doesn't look right. So, not really trying to bash it overall, because I think the head sculpt looks pretty freaking awesome. But I don't know, something about this one just looks a little bit not quite good. That might be saying too much, but I don't know. Overall, that was probably my least favorite. And then we get into this fucking camouflage Punisher. Oh, this shit looks freaking awesome, bro. This right here, I think a lot of people were really digging this the most. This shit just looks super gritty as fuck, man. Like, goddamn, bro. Like, man, I feel like this is the year of fucking Frank Castle. Goddamn it! Finally, man. Finally, Disney took the shackles off this character, bro. Marvel, because man, for a while I thought we would never see another Punisher figure. Obviously, this is third party. This guy, anybody can make any Punisher anytime, but man, we hadn't seen anything from Mesco, nothing from Marvel Legends. Like, I think even right now that MCU more Punisher is hitting right now. I want to go get that shit. Jersey Shore one. I think it looks cool. But man, yeah, it's always good to see Punisher figures, and I gotta say, this one is just fuck out of left field. But man, I think I gotta have it. Like, it should just look so badass. Different head sculpts and stuff, obviously, but man, like I said, it just looks so fucking gritty with that head sculpt. Like, goddamn, that shit just looks like some really sick ass painting or something, you know, like something you see on a badass cover or something like that. It just looks crazy cool. And then yeah, like I said, I thought this guy was just using like other bodies. I don't know if he is manufacturing his own bodies. It kind of threw me off seeing all these like Hulk bodies and stuff. Cause I was like, are these the fucking the Meditoys orc bodies? Cause like, fuck, he must have the direct plug or something, because that would be a lot to buy and then just customize. So I don't know. And I think on his Instagram he was kind of showcasing that green body. So like I said, I didn't get enough info to kind of confirm, but just cool overall, man. It looks like this guy definitely had a passion for like customizing figures, and then is like taking it to the next level. And shit, who knows, man? Maybe this type of company grows so big that officially licensed stuff is just right around the corner, man. So we'll see. We'll see where all this stuff leads them or leads them. I don't know if it's like a studio or one person, but like, this seems like a lot of work for just one person, man, you know. And then staying on theme with the Marvel, we got to jump into the Blokies booth. And shit, that's another company that's really gotten a lot of attention lately. is the Blokies. More so, I think for the Transformer stuff. I think they're putting out like these blind boxes types of releases and stuff. Kind of putting out more like chibi style Transformers that a lot of people are really digging, man. It looks like they're really kind of making it fun for people to collect and stuff, you know. I think even there's like a Devastator that like combines and stuff for all the Constructicons and stuff. They combine into a Devastator. Like that's crazy. That shit looks dope too. So they kind of stylize and different, but man, one thing that I kind of bummed out by from Marvel Legends recently was it was at San Diego Comic Con. I was saying it. I was like, man, X-Men 97 was only like a year ago, but it just feels old as fuck. We're like, why didn't you guys think of doing something like this? And obviously, you don't know how long it takes for stuff to go in production. Maybe they're working on that now, especially with like the resurgence of their Gamerverse line. I think like they're really going hard with the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 stuff because I mean they're killing it with that. But Marvel Rivals, man, that was like recently like a fucking phenomenon that a lot of people that video game, a lot of people that maybe don't really watch a lot of the movies or the comics. A lot of little kids were playing it, a lot of adults were playing it, a lot of people are just digging this shit because I don't know, if you video game, it's just good fun, obviously. And the designs of the Marvel characters in that video game were like really cool that they would make for really good figures where it's like, man, come on, Marvel Legends. You guys got to be a little bit faster on that draw, man. Because yeah, people are digging this stuff. You know, people want toys of stuff as they're kind of enjoying that media. Yeah, like I don't know. I know it can't be like that all the time, but I think we were really spoiled when we were younger. It's just like the movie came out, the figures were already out, toys were out, merch was everywhere. Like shit, you want it at that time, at that moment. You got to strike when the iron's hot, you know. And I felt like them putting out another wave of X-Men 97. It's just like, what the fuck? It just felt like, man, just such a fucking lame duck. It was like, oh man, come on. Cause I would have enjoyed seeing a whole wave of Marvel Legends Rivals, and I think they would get around to doing it eventually. Because as far as I know, I don't think that game has lost too much popularity. I don't think it's at the heights it was, but to see Bloki's jumping on it, it's pretty cool, you know. So, like I said in the past, other companies making the same shit or have the same kind of IP, like yeah, you're gonna eat another company's lunch some of the times because this Jeff the Land Shark, this Ultron right here, like man, this shit looks cool. I think these figures are kind of stylized too, though, in the sense where they're not like exact 112 as far as I know, or they might be, but probably not gonna scale with your Marvel Legends. But like I said, this Jeff's Rocket, like this shit is sick. You know, the Moon Knight looks pretty cool. It looks pretty interesting that they're kind of incorporating soft goods into some figures where fuck Marvel Legends is yet to do. And I don't count that Doctor Doom fucking soft goods 3-pack as anything. That was a complete miss. Where like I said, these guys are, or even on that fucking Mephisto. Not a lot of people are talking about that soft goods little attempt that they put on that made to order figure. We're just like, man, if we're not getting it on a made to order figure, we're never gonna get it in any kind of figure. Dude, that sucks. That sucks ass, man. Because it's like McFarlane is doing it. These guys are doing it. It's not gonna cost you too much, Hasbro. Like, come on, you piece of shit. Hopefully, after they get settled into their new headquarters, they can kind of splurge a little bit more on their production and stuff. But like they are always so fucking cheap, man. I'm interested to see what's up with this SPDR, this Penny Parker. Like I said, the Jeff the Last Shark just looks like a fun little toy. You know, you definitely have a lot of fun with, like on your desk and stuff. He just looks cool as fuck. And the Ultron, like, yeah, that looks awesome. I gotta wonder if they kind of throw in some kind of thrones or something, or if this is just all a display. But even the Venom and the Spider-Man looks like those are gonna be the first one released. Look pretty cool, pretty interesting both. And man, these guys are, like I said, they're making a fair amount of stuff where I did mention that they're kind of well known for their Transformers, but something they had over here at this event was a Jurassic Park line. And I was like, yo, this looks freaking awesome. Like, I gotta say, man, any more dinosaur toys? I'm for it, man. This looks really cool. But I'm really happy. I'm really, really happy with the Hammond collection stuff. I was really bummed out when the Amber collection finished, when they just ended because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. That line was cool. I was like, man, 112 dinosaurs, like, man, that's awesome. But it's just too daunting of a line to continue. It's like you're gonna make highly detailed, highly articulated 112 dinosaurs. No way. Hammond Collection is like the perfect scale for it. They're great. They're awesome. One of my figures of the year is that Spinosaurus. That shit is awesome. It's so dope. To see more dinosaurs, I'm for it, man. I think these are like I said, just crazy, crazy creatures that walk the earth. Real, and they make for one of the best toy lines ever, bro. Like Jurassic Park toys, like man, are you kidding me? Kids, adults, oh man, it's just a blast, you know. Where these look a little bit stylized, also they look like they're obviously not 112, don't really look 118th, but just look at that T-Rex. That shit just kind of looks like a little chibi T-Rex, also, but it just looks cool, man. You know, it looks awesome. Maybe you guys that gift these to somebody. The one thing that I would definitely be in for out of this line is like a fossil T-Rex. Like that would just be cool as fuck to have fully articulated. I wish somebody would just make like if Hammond Collection ever did that, like a fossil T-Rex that was like articulated, like oh, that would just be so fucking cool. Oh man. I think one time I was watching The Rock. He was like being interviewed, like he was like kind of streaming from his house and shit. And this motherfucker had a fucking T-Rex skull, like a fossil in his like background, like in his living room or whatever. And I was like, this motherfucker. I was like, that is so fucking awesome. It's like that is sick as fuck. I was like, hell yeah, I would have that shit. I think it was that. I don't know if it was. I actually don't even know if it was like proper scale, but it looked real as fuck. I was like, dude, what is that? A fucking T-Rex like skull, just like chilling in your living room? I was like, man, that shit looks sick as fuck. Where it's like, man, yeah, if I was like a billionaire or something, fuck yeah, I would have a fossil T-Rex in my fucking house. Fuck yes. That would be like one of the first things I would buy. Like instantly want to buy that, bro. Like something that, that money can buy. I always remember that line in The Simpsons where what was the name? Kent Brockman, the motherfucker wins the lotto and shit. And they're all pissed off because they were like one number away. Or they would have won the lotto, I mean, but they had to save for Lisa's braces and shit. And then they're watching the news, and that motherfucker's like all rich, and then Homer's like, "Well, I know one thing he can't buy." And Marge is like, "What's that?" He's like, "Dinosaur." Oh man, oh he's so envious of that motherfucker. Oh bro, but yeah, that would be one of the first things I'd buy is a fucking fossil of a T-Rex. Like, fuck, that would be sick as fuck. Oh man, I don't care what the price tag is. Like spare no expense. We gotta get it. And I gotta bring up this Bloki's Kurama Nine Tails Fox, man. This shit looks awesome, bro. Like I said, Naruto's fucking goated, man. And yeah, dude, this Kurama, like, holy shit, fully articulated. When I saw this, I was like, damn, this is just looks badass. I'm like, yeah, they're cooking with this shit. I'm getting this. Where man, dude, I can't believe Bandai has never put this shit out. Like, even in like their SH Monster Arts line, figure out a way to do it. Like that would have been cool. Like the way they're kind of doing it with like the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I use the SH Monster Arts line. They could have done this shit easily, no problem. They might do it now that they saw these motherfuckers do it, but they're the first ones out with it. This looks great. The only Blokies I have is a Charizard, and it's awesome, bro. Like I'm like, man, it just made it that much better than the Jazzware stuff. Where like this, I gotta have this shit when it goes up for pre-order. Like this looks cool as fuck. You just display that like on the shelf somewhere right behind your fucking Naruto. Like, oh, that shit is just gonna look so awesome. Especially kid Naruto. Like this shit just looks so cool. Anytime this fool would talk to this motherfucker, oh, it would just be so fucking eerie, so cool. But yeah, I can't wait for that. And I didn't get too much of the Blokies booth. Like I said, they really had a lot of Transformers. I gotta double back and do like a full recap of this weekend, but definitely gonna check out this. Definitely gonna have another episode this week, guys. 2 episodes this week. So be on the lookout, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest. But yeah, we're gonna get a full recap of stuff. Not a full recap, but stuff I didn't talk about. But man, yeah, I gotta say, overall, Blokies showed out with pretty cool stuff. This Rivals line, this Jurassic Park line, and this Naruto fucking Kurama figure. I was like, damn, goddamn. Oh man, welcome back, Frank. My man, Frank names. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, these Hulks are legit, man. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's making his own bodies. Oh, okay. I gotta brush myself up on that because I thought it was just a customizer. Someone interviewed Six Inch Plus said they are making their own body for Thor. Eventually, they make Thor figure into a figure. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I gotta go check what's up with that, man. Cause yeah, like I said, they had a lot of cool shit everywhere, man. Pac saying there's gotta be some money laundering with blow keys. How the fuck did they get so many IPs? Dude, I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. But you know what I think it is? I think that the license, I think it's priced differently, like for Asian markets. I can't imagine that they price them the same as what these guys are charging because it's like, yeah, how the fuck do these guys get it? But then you look at some American companies, look at Funko, dude. They get licenses for every fucking thing. So I don't know. It just depends. It depends on what market they're trying to sell to, I think also. I don't know. I just don't know how that licensing works. It would be an interesting career to have though, right? To be like a licensor or like in that field and stuff. Like work for some of these companies that are like, yeah, we're in talks with this company or because yeah, that's got to be a lot of companies like trying to approach like Disney or Marvel all the fucking time. They definitely need like somebody to kind of mitigate all that shit for them. But yo, we got to jump into some more third party stuff. Looks like Zoom Rig putting out this Daredevil, and man, I think these guys are the same guys that just recently showed off that Omni Man. I couldn't really confirm it myself, but they were kind of in the same area, the same booth. And like I said about that Omni Man, that was surprisingly good looking Omni Man. That I was like, damn, you know what? It might be eating Jada's lunch, but it is stylized a bit differently, just like this Daredevil is. But man, I gotta say, dude, dude, Marvel Legends need to be on top of their shit, bro. Like other companies are always gonna put out different stuff, also, and now when you see third party companies, it's like you don't want to give people a reason not to buy your own product, and like, man, that Daredevil 3-pack, they made it so hard to get that fucking Daredevil, and it's probably one of their better Marvel Legends to date. So they got to get around to putting out another one, and I think they are like in the Secret Wars wave. But yo, there's options out there. Obviously, the Mofex, a lot of people jumped on. This shit looks cool. I just feel like it's missing like a little bit of shading throughout the body. Like that would just kind of add more to it. But maybe it's not a final product, but it did look really cool. Like I said, I like the wraps around his arms and stuff. His forearms look cool, and the head sculpts, man, like that Matt Murdock head sculpt with the fucking glasses, like that looks awesome. It would be hard not to display with that alone. And I feel like Marvel Legends got to give us like a maximum Daredevil. They cannot skimp out on this character, not like how they have in the past. And they haven't really skimped out, but like I said, they've just made it really hard to get that quintessential version. But man, it's just a character that's always gonna sell because the design just looks so fucking badass, bro. It's like it's really hard to put out a bad looking Daredevil. So yeah, hopefully we see this go for pre-order soon. But like I said, this is the company that just recently showed off this Omni Man, and now looking at it, the proportions do seem kind of off to me. I do like the head sculpts and stuff and certain aesthetics, but it definitely looks like a Mofex Invincible line. This just looks like a straight up Mofex body. Just maybe kind of sized up a bit in the shoulders and stuff, but I don't know, not bad, but like I said, I just kind of trips me out that Jada didn't come out with this look first. It just you're giving the opportunity for another company to swoop in and get people to buy something that you could have easily put out first. And then yeah, prototype to Invincible himself. So pretty cool, man. Pretty fucking cool looking line. Not only do they have Omni Man Invincible, it looks like they got Eve also. And shit, not bad looking. It's probably not the best female body that we saw at this event, but it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty freaking cool, I gotta say. So yeah, already eating fucking Jada's lunch, man. Like that's why I thought that was a bad decision to put out Conquest and then his like second costume. It's just like you're opening the door to people to buy other stuff, and then if you're a license somebody that acquired the license, you're paying for it, you shouldn't leave that door open for companies. But at the same time, like they're confident in the stuff they're making great product. Like, yeah, fuck it. They know when they put out their stuff, they're gonna get a lot of good sales also. So I can also understand them, but it just seemed odd. It just seemed odd for a company that's done everything pretty, like I would say, right up till then. Not to say that was a wrong decision, but it just seemed a little bit of a wrong decision, kind of. after the explanation I just gave. But yeah, pretty cool overall. Kind of stylized differently. I feel like the Jada stuff is gonna be more true to the anime, at least from what I saw at San Diego Comic Con. At least it looked like it. Racing saying, yeah, NR only sells directly in Asia for some IPs and probably cheaper to license. Yeah, that's why I kind of feel like it is. But man, after you get like stuff imported over here, it's like I feel like eventually the license holders are gonna get hip to the game. Jada Toys might get beat to an Invincible line. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, you just left that door open for him, man. Toys and Tits, hey, good combo. He said fire. Obi-Wan saying, yep, it's the shoulders. Yeah, it's just like his body seems too slim compared to his shoulders. Like they just seem so wide where it's like his upper torso just seems too slim for those shoulders, where I don't know, it still kind of works. Like I wouldn't mind seeing these guys make like even like a Superman or a Batman would be interesting. But as soon as we get to this next couple of lines, I don't know if I want any more Superman or Batman. Because from there we move into the LPZZ UPF or UDF. I don't know. I'm gonna continue to call them LPZZ. I don't care. But Harry Potter line, man, Potter, bro. Talk about good looking figures, man. I gotta say, him and this little motherfucker Malfoy, he's such a slime ball. But man, this would be a really cool set. Like just these two, fucking Harry, man, dude. I don't know if you guys caught wind of that J.K. Rowling controversy recently with Emma. What's her name? Emma Watson. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, I'm embarrassed for that chick, dude. Talk about annihilation. Talk about like seriously, if you could kill somebody with a fucking tweet, she did it. Like she did it, bro. She murdered this chick, bro. Oh man, crazy controversy behind this. But man, talk about a beloved franchise, bro. It's like, who the fuck has never watched these movies? Who's never read some of these books? I hadn't read all of them, but man, I do remember reading some of them when I was like in middle school, high school, and stuff. Fuck, man, I just never imagined that they would have made all the movies. I remember, I think when I was in fucking 7th grade, I forgot. I think it was the third movie had came out or the second one. I can't remember. But I always remember my fucking English teacher, fucking hippie, Mrs. Couch. That was her name, Miss Couch. She was like, "Oh, how was your guys' weekend?" Everybody's like, "Fine." She's like, "Oh, I want to go watch a movie." We're like, "Oh yeah, cool." She's like, "I'm so sad though. It's probably gonna be the last Harry Potter movie because they're getting older." And it fucking wasn't. It's like they made all of them. Fuck. It's crazy, So it's like, yeah, dude, a line of figures, it's got to get done right though, because man, obviously with the soft goods, man, I think we recently saw Bandai putting out the Goblet of Fire look, where I don't know, for that it kind of worked, but for something like this with the Quidditch robes and all that stuff, like they had to go soft goods. And man, LPZZ are coming out swinging, bro. They are hitting the ground running with their Batman Arkham line. Dude, I can't wait for that fucking Arkham Batman, bro. I got to email that fucking site I got it from. I think it's Toku Collectibles or some shit. I'm an idiot for not jumping on these pre-orders as soon as they go up. I always say, "Oh, I'll get it later, and by the time I jump around to it, it's like, oh shit. I actually pre-ordered the Deathstroke right before the show because after getting all the slides, I was like, oh, I got to remember to get this shit. Yeah, these guys are coming out fucking swinging, bro, because it looks like they're gonna make a pretty good overall movie line, whether it's Harry Potter or something else. And like I said, it tripped me out that NR or these guys didn't jump on Lord of the Rings, and it kind of leaves me wondering, are those noted Lord of the Rings figures gonna be the best versions ever? I kind of don't think so sometimes, like as I was getting the slides ready and I got closer to these, I said, man, when these guys get around to making other stuff, it's gonna be hard to buy anything else, man, because we get into their Hush line, and man, I think those Mafex were some of my favorite Mafex for the longest time. The Mafex Superman, the Mafex Batman. But when you look at them next to these, man, they are so lacking. They are so lacking. The proportions are all off. The arms look like they're like separated from the shoulders kind of sometimes because they're just has like that big shoulder, and it just the traps don't flow into the shoulders correctly. The Batman, the cape, even the cape on the Superman, the cyborg Superman especially. I'd never liked how they went into like the actual neck area, it just always looked off. And it's like, how the fuck did McFarlane do this better than you guys? But they were some of my favorite Mofegs. They were good. They're great. They're still great. But man, when you look at this stuff, it's like, holy shit, man. When you're regretting import figures that you've bought in the past, that's how you know these companies are doing something right. Because it's one thing to say, oh, I regret my, DC Directs or my McFarlanes or whatever. That's a whole nother different fucking ballpark. But a Mofex figure costing $90 upwards sometimes. Obviously, when they came out, maybe closer to 70. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money where you think this is going to be the best version of this Batman ever. Never going to get a better one. It's not the case, man. Because these just look so awesome. Early prototypes, but I already like the way that cape fits him. I like it the way it drapes over. I like the proportions compared to his like shoulders and biceps and stuff, his like chest. It just looks perfect. It just looks like excellent. And I can't wait to see these like fucking Jim Lee head sculpts like painted out. Like they're gonna look so fucking good. I like everything about this, and it's still such an early prototype, and like I said, I kind of have to like really wait for these guys, especially I think more so than the in art, to be quite honest. Especially when it comes to the comic book stuff, because I think in art is slightly better than when it comes to movie stuff, but they're still early looks, so as pluses and minuses all around. But I gotta say, just out the gates, this comic line that they got cooking, because we go from something like Hush that how old is Hush? This is like she's like 15 years or some shit, but jump into this absolute Batman, current Batman, and to see these guys are already prototyping this out, it's like, yo, Todd, I know Todd got to put this out before the line comes to an end. I feel like this is something that'll be his bread and butter, this big, chunky ass Batman. It's crazy to see these guys already on top of it. It's like, we're going to give you probably one of the better versions. And like I said, we'll compare these guys to InArt right now, but just really impressive to see that they're giving us current versions and they're aware of this stuff. It's a really popular series right now. I haven't read it myself, but I've checked a couple of reviews, a couple of like people kind of reading it on YouTube and stuff. I haven't really like gone too much like past like the first issue, but I'm aware of it, and obviously the thing that's really stands out to people is the design. Like the aesthetic to him is just so hulking and stuff compared to other Batman. And obviously the storyline, he's not like a billionaire, it's completely different. Gotham that they live in, universe that they live in. So it's interesting. It sounds interesting, but like I said, DC has regurgitated their fucking characters so many goddamn times that it loses the effect after a while. So I'm not like one to be like, oh, let me jump on this whole new shit, but it hasn't gone away. It hasn't fizzled out. So pretty cool to see that these guys are like really on top of that and going in for it. And then these Arkham games, bro. Like I said, when we're talking about the Deathstroke, that's probably gonna be one of my hugest regrets, not knowing the story to all these video games, not playing them obviously, but them obviously kind of being a lot of people kind of reference them as a continuation to the animated series. They had some of the same voice actors, some of the same writers. It's like, fuck, they did these games extremely well. And one thing that I really love from them is the designs, man. Like this fucking Selena, she looks fucking dope, man. That's actually probably one of my Grail McFarlane's is even the Arkham fucking Catwoman because of that dunk she had. But I love the design of fucking Catwoman and this shit. A Deathstroke that we took a look at. Arkham Knight. I know the Amazing Yamaguchis that came on were fucking dope as fuck, but never went in for them myself. But seeing this line is just this far into it, it looks great, man. It looks really good, So can't wait to see these go for pre-order. Hopefully that Catwoman goes up for pre-order soon. I think it would probably be one of the best Catwomans in a lot of people's collection. I love that Amazing Yamaguchi one, but it is stylized. It has like a little anime look to it, but I don't mind it. I still love it. But this looks like it fits into any kind of fucking display. It just looks that good. The Deathstroke, oh man, talk about one of the worst McFarlane releases. I always remember on Parallel Universe review on that thing. Fool was raging on that shit, but The LPZZ one looks fucking fantastic. Like I said, I pre-ordered this before the show because I was like, you know what, this is just gonna dry up. The Arkham Origins, I believe, or it's not Origins, but Arkham, is it Arkham City or Arkham Asylum, the Batman? Because I think it's Arkham Asylum, then Arkham City, and then I think it's Arkham Origins, if I can remember the order correctly. But yeah, even that design also, I remember picking the tot of that of that version of bats. And I think for the most part, some of them went up in the aftermarket price because, like I said, these games are held to such high regard by like the fans of this shit. They want any kind of toys to it. It's like they don't give a fuck if it's a DC multiverse figure. I think I remember selling the Origins and the Asylum. I think I sold them together. I think I sold them to somebody for like $80 or something. I was like, I got to get rid of these things. That was like a while ago though, so I don't know how high that is, but yeah, I remember when these came out, they were like some of the early McFarlane stuff that I bought because I don't know, the designs look pretty cool too for just outside of the video game fans. They look like pretty gnarly spot on looks for a lot of the characters. And then yeah, knowing that they had the voice actors to Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill and shit, it's like that's great. I can hear their voices, and that's always a huge selling point for anything Batman, I think. And then their movie stuff, like their Batfleck Batman looks pretty freaking on point. Pattinson, the Batman looks pretty good too. Where this is where I gotta say, like, I'm just fucking tired of this shit, man. It's like, oh, dude. But man, that's just one thing about Batman. He's just been reimagined so many times, different media, video games, movies, comics. It's one of the highest selling IPs or characters ever for any franchise. It's always going to be a thing to have Batman figures, So for that, I gotta say it's still cool. I may not be in for all of these myself, but like I said, when I see all of these, this is when not only do I regret my McFarlane purchase, I have the Mofex of the Pattinson, I have the McFarlane Batfleck, I have like a couple of them, and it's just like I don't say that I regret buying any of these. Like I said, I made the decision to buy them, but man, when you look at these other versions, it's like fuck. If I really wanted to display these and appreciate these would be the best versions, and it's like I don't want to buy this shit again. So that's kind of what it diminishes, and it's not the company's fault. It's like it's nobody's fault really. It's just, hey man, that's always going to be a thing. They're always going to improve. There's always going to be different companies that put something better out there. But I don't know, for people that have got them, it's like they still, like I said, I don't want to just shit on McFarlane's or Mofex and stuff. They still put out quality product. And obviously, like I said, with the price points you factor in, it's different. It's different forms of collecting. But man, it kind of bums me out that because I have these in my collection already, it's keeping me from pre-ordering this stuff, even though this stuff looks better and I would love to have it. I think that's what I'm trying to say more than anything. But then we get to look at her, their Anne Hathaway, and I gotta say, man, right now when we look at the in-art, I think I like the in-art one better of this. What's the rest of the chat saying? Hardfast saying, I would love to see Creature Commandos action figures. Okay, I didn't check that series out, that cartoon out, but I heard that cartoon was good. Has Peacemaker 2 been good? I haven't really watched any of it, but I've seen a couple of reviews and it's always mixed. So I don't really get a definitive answer. They would have to compete with LPZZ and InArt. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I've already bought a few of these characters already, so I was like, I don't want to buy them again. Hard that they did quit its uniforms too. Yeah, they look great, man. Like I said, they had to go that route. They could not put out like a soft rubber. It would have just looked so cheap. LPZZ, AKUP Fingers. Also getting a kick. NYC Figure Fanatics says, yeah, what's up, NYC? How's it good with you, man? NYC has some fucking great deals, dude. This dude was selling all kinds of shit. I saw his Instagram. I was like, holy shit, bro. I wish I lived next to this guy. I would have bought some stuff. Harry looks pregnant. My man fighting Conan. He's talking shit. Holy shit, man. That Superman Hush abdomen looks long. Does it? I don't know. I think it looks good, but I think because it's not painted, you know what? That's kind of look long, but I don't know. I still think I like the look of them, but I think because they're unpainted, we got to see more. But I think the Batman, to me, that looks fucking killer, man. Pac saying not doing absolute Batman would be the biggest fumble for McFarlane if they didn't make it. Yeah, I think, and McFarlane is not dumb, and they're pretty quick to shit. Also, like they're doing the fail safe, and that wasn't that long ago. And I got to get the fail safe because I did like when that character debuted, but Yeah, not doing the absolute Batman. Like, this is right up his fucking alley. Right up their alley. They can make this no problem. I don't even think they're sweating it. They're like, oh, we make that shit last day of work. The last day of the license. We got this, bro. Absolute fire. Yeah, no, my man Codename's digging that. And it's crazy that they got around to doing this. Like, this is impressive, you know? And like I said, when you see the other company also, it's like, holy shit, man. Then I know McFarlane's doing it for sure. 6'9", 400 pounds, absolute Batman. Is he that tall? That's crazy, bro. Yeah, that's crazy. He has like a fucking monster truck Batmobile that it's like, I'll throw that motherfucker in the Batmobiles, bro. I don't care if it's not the same. I got that McFarlane. That was one of the craziest things that I remember McFarlane did was that Batmobile, and I'm glad I bought that fucking thing. It's like, fucking, what the fuck is this shit? Oh man, Mattel DC is going to get massacred. Yeah, you're right, man. I think McFarlane is getting out at the right time. He made it out, bro. He made a fucking clean getaway with this shit, man. Like, he got out at the right fucking time, and what a way to go out. Like I said, I had a couple of McFarlanes this week. I'm still gonna try to finish strong as I can with this guy. Like, that Scarecrow, I gotta have it, bro. So I think he's shaking out at the right time, man. I have a feeling these are going to be fairly priced. RIP Mofex, Mesco, Hasbro. Yes. RIP to them. Honestly, yeah, man. It's hard to say you're wrong. Final Girl 27. I like Inart's Anne Hathaway was better. Yeah, I agree. We're gonna take a look at that because yeah, there's something about this one. She looks like a fucking duck face. Like, they missed. And it's funny too, because when I was like looking at pictures, I was like, wait, this looked better last year. I was like, oh wait, this is fucking LPZZ. I was like, oh hell no, I'm getting the InArt one of this. And I don't care. I'll get that Dark Knight Return or the Dark Knight trilogy from InArt. Because I was like, I already got that fucking Bruce Wayne. I was like, I'm getting this shit. I don't care. Like, they prototype. We're gonna talk about them right now. Hi, by the way, this is my first time here. Oh, shout out to Final Girl 27. You got the fucking Ghostface killer. But yo, yeah, LPZZ had a pretty cool booth overall. Like I said, they're kind of dancing around with like video game stuff, some comic stuff. So overall, good blend of Batman and pretty good all across the board. I would it would be hard to pass on any one of these figures, honestly. Like, even if you got previous releases, like I just said about McFarlane's, or even potentially having the InArt stuff, it's like these are pluses and minuses for both. I think these are even going to scale better with like other stuff. I think these are going to be like closer to that, like over 6-inch, where I feel like the InArt is just pure 6-inch. It's like more Figuart scale. And I don't know, man. I think I like the size on the LPZZ stuff, just based off of what I've seen from the Arkham Batman and the InArt side by side. And then I believe this is already up for pre-order. It was up for pre-order that I fucking completely missed. But I saw this on Toysy Metaverse as a sold-out pre-order that went way over my fucking head. I don't remember seeing this go up at all. But, man, I must have been completely out of the know. But, yeah, crazy to see these motherfuckers are making a Batmobile also. So, pretty cool. And like I said, it's not just these guys, but InArt also making a push for the best DC line or best group of DC figures out there. Because we get into their booth, and man, they came out swinging with this Dark Knight Returns Batman. Talk about a beast of a figure. This shit looks crazy good. I just love this stylized look. Like, it just looks gritty as hell, you know. And this is where I was like, really like, you know what? These Mofex fucking figures that I have are just not it anymore, man. It's like, yeah, time to dig out the boxes, time to put these guys away and wipe off that shelf and get ready for some new stuff. Because yeah, I don't know, man. Like, this looks really good, but you know what? At the end of the day, it'd just be cool to just have like a good blend of like different like Batman figures. Who hasn't had different lines of Batman figures? Anything from, like I said, DC Direct, McFarlane stuff, the Kenner stuff from back in the day. You got Mesco stuff out there. It's just crazy. It's like I said, it's a figure that's always going to sell, and it's good to see the evolution of like these figures from different companies, you know. So it's just the memes are out there though. The memes are definitely out there for like, I don't want to play with you anymore, Mofex and all this other shit. But it's just so cool to see just different stuff, and I think that's what that's what definitely ramps the excitement up. Because look at these guys also coming with the absolute Batman, and it looks like they're way more further along than the LPZZ one. And I gotta say, man, like, and now you're competing with like another big dog. You know, you're not just competing with McFarlane or future Mattel figures. Now you're also competing with another import quality figure at the same time. That's definitely breeding a lot of excellence when it comes to this shit, because that competition's got to be fucking fierce, bro. I can only imagine the way these motherfuckers were looking at each other at this event. Maybe they know each other. Maybe they collabed in the past before. Maybe they've splintered off of each other. I don't know. But it's like it's crazy to see that like two companies. This would be like, man, this would be like fucking like I can't even think of anything that's comparable out here. It's like I mean, you see it all the time. Well, you would see it with like fucking like Diamond Select, fucking Marvel figures with Marvel Legends, but this almost looks like the same damn company. Almost like I said, it's just so crazy, and I want to see both final, side by side. I know I'm not gonna get them both though. I know that, and that's what I got to come to grips with. So it's like, pluses and minuses here, where this is instant cop for me. I'm getting this. I'm getting this shit. This one here is like, I'm gonna wait and see what the LPZZ one looks like and how that one moves, because when you look at a character design like this, it's like, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of good engineering that goes into this shit, or there better be, because I don't want to just buy something just because it's the new hot shit, fucking absolute 6'9", 400-pound Batman, like my man Codename's saying. It better be a good damn figure, especially if you're gonna cough up that much dough for it. But this looks awesome. And they're not far off from comic book stuff as well. We got the Sean Murphy Batman, White Knight, Alex Ross Superman. And these are like really early prototypes, but when it comes to anything, I feel like these guys are really tricking out those head sculpts, man. That, like I said, that Dark Knight, Christian Bale Batman, man, that head sculpt is just money. It just was like, holy shit, like I've never seen anything look that great. And you could already tell from here, look how good these sculpts are looking already. Like when they're fully painted, like, man, they're gonna look like miniature pieces of fucking art. So man, I see Omar listing them on eBay. There you go. Hey man, it's still in time for that. You still have time for that stuff. Dude, the McFarlane stuff is crazy aftermarket, bro. That shit is real shit, man. I wonder how that new Dark Knight will move, if it's 6 or 7. Yeah, exactly. Right? I can't wait to see that. But knowing these guys, it definitely looks like they're not just gonna rush to put the shit out. Like they're gonna take their time with it, I'd be nervous if this thing was already fully painted up. Like, no fucking way are you guys that close to being done to this with this shit. No way. So I can only imagine this maybe goes up for pre-order maybe at the end of next year, and we don't see anything until maybe at the end of 2027 at the earliest, I would imagine. But who knows? Who the fuck knows, man? That looks freaking dope. Everyone always says it looks pulled straight from the comics, but Dark Knight Returns does look like it does. Yeah, I like this. I like the grit to it, just the paint wise, and like I said, the detail that they're putting, like the shading on that head sculpt. Like, man, that looks good throughout the body. So yeah, gotta wait to see when this is like fully articulated, because as far as I know, it's not. Doesn't look like it has any kind of cut in the torso area or even the elbows, really. So still early looks, but it looks like they had, like I said, a good spread of stuff. We get into the comic stuff. And then fuck, it beats me where these are from. I don't know if these are like from video games, but definitely has like some stylized looks. Also looks like a fucking armored Batman and like a steel, I want to say. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be in for these, but kind of interesting that they will go down this route. It just looks like something more crazy to make, maybe unnecessary, I want to say, but hey man, it looks like they're up for it. And then their Joker also, like this looks fucking dope. This, I don't know if this is from a specific media for Joker, but just talk about a great looking head sculpt, man. Like I can't wait to see this fully decked out, see if it comes with soft goods or see if it's going to be sculpted out, because you can't tell. I think they're going to show off a Bane right now, and yeah, it looks sculpted out, but maybe that's just a prototype. Like that's just what they're wanting to look like when it has the soft goods on them, So yeah, I can't wait to see something like this painted out. And then this is where I gotta go with the LPZZ stuff, man. It's like they're making this shit, and that already looks like the best version of that Arkham Batman, that best version of that Arkham Deathstroke. So I gotta wonder, man, like why? Why would you do this? You know, it's like man, I don't know. And like I said, you got to see him side by side, but I can already tell I'm not gonna like the scale on this Batman. He looks stubby. He looks like the Amazing Yamaguchi. He looks a little too short. Especially if you, like I said, if you the LPZZ Batman's already hitting. It's like why you're not gonna get anybody to pre-order this? No way. No freaking way. I don't think so. So maybe they only put out 2 figures for this line right here. I hope they don't go too deep into it. Final Girl talking about that looks amazing. Maybe she's talking about something else. I don't think these look that good. LPZZ scaling, these look great, but what size are these since imports tend to be smaller? Yeah, exactly. I think these are like super true 6-inch, and that's why I'm like, I'm like, nah, get them both. Don't be a bitch. No, bro, can't do that. No way. That's definitely not the right move. Oh man, that's terrible, bro. That's terrible advice. Who's going to have the better price? What a great time to be collecting. Yeah, exactly. What a great time for collecting. Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's the competition is like it benefits the consumer, you know, but I don't know. I kind of wish they would focus on making other stuff, like so we don't have to make that decision and just we get everything. We don't have to get the same stuff. We get a little bit of everything. LPZZ are taller. Yeah, definitely. They are miniature pieces of art. Yeah, I think so. Like for the most part, like stuff like this, especially this Alex Ross one, like when they're painted up, especially if you like a specific artist, like that Sean Murphy design to Batman. I always like that White Knight. Just looks so cool, and I love the McFarlane. I have the McFarlane. I didn't get his Batmobile, but I always enjoy the design to that. He just looks really badass. Got to get them all in art. Yeah, I think with the in art stuff, I'm just gonna focus on the movie stuff. And if they do some specific comic book look like this, but this I'm passing up on, and this right here, this Dark Knight's death metal stuff, I'm passing up on these also, and I'm passing up on them from LPZZ as well. I'm like, man, it took me so long to get rid of the McFarlane's of these, this Dawnbreaker, Red Death. I was like, man, only one I like is the Batman Who Laughs, and that one I am getting LPZZ on, but it just, man, I never want to go back to this, man. This was peak McFarlane toys right here, DC Multiverse. I remember when all these were coming out, I was like, oh man, this is fucking awesome. It's like, dude, nobody's ever gonna make these. That was like the huge selling point for them, but man, I can't go back down this route. No way. But they do look like they articulate really good, you know. I do gotta say that. But it's not enough for me to want to go in for them. And then as well, making movie figures. And like I said, this is where I think I'm gonna lean into the in art stuff more so than the LPZZ stuff, because it's like I already got that Bell Bats. I know these are gonna scale with that, and then that could just be like a good little movie show for my Batman figures. Like that's it. I don't wanna like get multiples of these characters. I gotta see if I can sell that goddamn Mafex Battinson like $40. I don't give a fuck. I gotta get rid of that shit ASAP, bro. ASAP. I'm putting that shit back in the box. Um, because I don't want that thing. That's why I'm like, damn, man. Definitely went too deep into so much stuff, but you just didn't know, man. You just didn't know. And then we get Cavill Superman, and shit. No way. Nope. Nope. As good as it might look, I hated these damn movies. I never even watched BVS, and I never will. I never will. I'll go to my grave. I'll never watch that movie. Yeah, that shit. No way. I'm good. And then this Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. I gotta say, man, I can't wait for this to be revealed. I think we recently saw Mafex is gonna make this shit. Too late. Too fucking late. Too fucking late. Like they're not gonna get any more of my money. I think I'm gonna have a hard time pre-ordering anything Mafex, even comic book stuff, man. I think that Rogue and Jubilee might be the last Mafexes that I get. Like, to be quite honest, I don't think I'm gonna get any more. Like I'm trying to think what's coming out. Maybe their Terminator line. I can see these guys doing a fucking Terminator line, a T1000, like, but I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna get any more Mofex. Honestly, I was like coming to grips with that, because yeah, look at their movie stuff, bro. We got the Bane. Like shit, this motherfucker was raised in the darkness, bro. That's how good he looks. Oh man, he was sculpted in the darkness, bro. Like, oh dude, this looks great, man. And whether they do soft goods or if it's hard plastic, I don't know. Um, I think a lot of people are saying it's hard plastic, but I don't want to jump the gun on that, because it might be, but it looks like they're incorporating some soft goods on some figures. So I can't imagine why they wouldn't do it on this Bane, because this Heath Ledger Joker, like we just talked about that Mesco 112, and I thought that thing looked phenomenal. I thought it looked fucking good. I might still get it, like just because it looked that fucking good, And it's like, man, I have the Felix version of this Joker also, but it's just such a great portrayal of the Joker that it might be my favorite portrayal of the Joker. Like, I've always loved animated series. I've always loved all that stuff. 89 Joker always to me was always just so gangster, but this to me, I don't think I ever like seen this character the same after this portrayal. It was just like I said, watching that shit, I was like, man, this motherfucker is a demon or some shit, bro. Like, this is crazy. Like, chills, bro. The first time I saw this movie and I saw this dude, like all of his scenes, it was like, whoa. Like, talk about like just capturing the fucking scene, bro. Like, damn, so good. And then this Bane, I like that movie actually. Second time I watched it, or third time I watched it, but man, the ending to that was just so bad. I was like, man, they got rid of this guy's character so quick. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck happened? They did him so dirty at the end of that movie, but I like the portrayal, also. It definitely had a couple cool scenes, but nothing like this. Nothing like the Heath Ledger Joker, where it's like I wouldn't mind having multiple versions of this character in figure form. Even maybe potentially a Hot Toys reissue. Shit, I wouldn't mind that. My older brother's actually been asking me what's like the best version of this stuff, and I showed him that Mesco, but he likes like 1/6 stuff. He doesn't buy figures and stuff, but he has like a couple 1/6 Star Wars figures, and he likes like, just like I said, like quintessential pieces or like just really iconic stuff. And he asked me about I think it was the Jazz Inc. one, or Jazz Inc. or somebody's put out a pre-order recently, and I said, nah, that's way too much, but it does look good. But I showed him the Hot Toys that recently came out not too long ago, and I'm like, man, that shit's already sold out in most places, but I think you could find it like in like little cons and shit. I think it'll come out for like more than like 400, 480 or something. But yeah, I said that's probably the best one out there that I would get with my money. But yeah, I don't know. This Joker's just done so well. And then with the Anne Hathaway, like I said, shout out to Final Girl said it too. This one looks way better than the fucking LPZZ. That other one looked like a fucking duck face. I like the way this one looks. It just has a cleaner look to it. I don't know. The expression, her eyes look better. The other ones, I don't know, something about her face is just all kinds of fucked up. But yeah, I can't wait for this one too. I'm actually more keen on this Catwoman than I was the first time I saw it. Like I said, that movie, second time I watched it, or the third time, I mean, I really actually enjoyed it more so than I don't want to say more than Begins. I like Begins a lot, but it was good. It was actually pretty good. And her portrayal of Catwoman was pretty underrated, man. If you go back and watch that movie, she was actually pretty good in that. She was seductive. She was witty. She was kind of anti-heroish, the badass, towards the end. Yeah, he did a pretty fucking good job. I was like, shit. Like, I gotta say, like, I don't think anything's in the top 5 for Catwoman, but this is a close second. I gotta say, like, for the first time I watched it, I remember thinking, nope. Get this Princess Diaries, Devil Wears Prada, Catwoman out of here. But go watch that movie again. You'll fucking be quite keen on Mrs. Hathaway. And then the LPZZ. No, I mean the InArt Dark Knight Batman looks like the accessory set that's floating around. I think it's just recently went up for pre-order, or it's going up for pre-order soon again. But yeah, I gotta try to see what's up with that accessory set, because yeah, this is probably gonna be quintessential movie Batman as far as Bell goes for me. I don't think I want to dip into too many more. Maybe the Mesco, just to go with that Heath Ledger Joker, Mesco Joker, but I don't know. I don't want to guarantee that. Yeah, Bane should have been the only villain. Exactly. You don't know what the fuck they did towards the end of that movie. It was so dumb. She's not my favorite Catwoman, but this is a good rendition of her, I guess. Yeah, I think so. And I got the McFarlane. Like I said, that McFarlane was pretty hard to acquire too. And I remember I got it because I was like, yeah, I wanted like a movie Catwoman, and at the time there was no fight for Catwoman, but now that there is one, I was like, I want that one now. But this is not a bad version of Catwoman. Like I said, I actually liked her portrayal more so the second time I watched it, or third time. If LPZZ and NR keep this up, I'm glad to say I'll never purchase a 1/6 doll. I mean, hot toy. Yeah, exactly. I know, man. That's like the one thing about hot toys. They definitely have like that dollish vibe to them, more so with the female figures. But moving on. Aside from the Batmans and all that, they are also putting out a Bruce Lee line, a couple figures at least, and this is cool. This is, like I said, this is something different that LPZZ is not doing. So I'm for this, especially that is that Enter the Dragon right here on the left. Yeah, that looks fucking badass. So Game of Death over here on the right with that yellow fucking iconic tracksuit or whatever, that looks cool too. So both of these, I'll go in for both of them. They look pretty badass, and yeah, who doesn't love Bruce Lee, man? Like, his movies are just fucking awesome. So hopefully he's going for pre-order soon. I know these were shown off last year also, and I don't know, it looks like pretty simple figures to put together. After you get those head sculpts down right, obviously you have the body and everything, soft goods. But hopefully he's going soon, because I definitely want a good Bruce Lee figure in my collection. I know there was like a third party one and an old Bandai one, but I've not gone for any of them. And then the Black Myth Wukong display that they had, like I said, they're also going in on this IP or whatever, or this media version at least of it. And man, like I said, we've seen these at previous events, but now it looks like some of these prototypes that were at like last year Wonder Festival are now fully painted. So these could be going up for pre-order any minute now. Maybe this week even. I have a feeling this fourth sister, I think her name is gonna go up for pre-order this week, because I think the last time they had an event, there was like a pre-order the very next week, I think. So I can definitely see one of these going up for pre-order soon, because it looks like they're well on their way to building out that whole line. You got the Sun Wukong now with this fucking fully painted armor and stuff. I know they released the 1/6 figure last year, or at least went up for pre-order, and that thing looked great. That was like the centerpiece to last year's Wonder Festival for their booth. I do remember that. But these look pretty cool. They look interesting. I'm not guaranteeing that I go in for all of them, but I do like the way the Wukong looks and the effects on all these figures. The ones that do have effects look fucking great. Like this Ring of Fire, like that looks dope as fuck, dude. Like, these characters as well. So cool to see. And if these characters have this, I can only imagine what the rest of these are packed out with. Also incorporating soft goods that look pretty good. Also, I gotta say. And just the head sculpts, like they really kind of go all out with this, because that head sculpt on this chick right here looks fucking great. So yeah, looking forward to more of this stuff from NR. Like, who isn't, man? LPZZ, NR, like they're coming out swinging, guys. Like, for reals. It's being said by multiple people at this point. And then it looks like their blank bodies. It looks like this is what is gonna become of that Morphig line, because I do remember that what's what the InArt stuff 112 was gonna be called, was Morphig, and then they had to kind of just scrap it, call it InArt 112, which was just dumb to try to call it something different. But it looks like their Morphig branding is now gonna fall more into like their blank bodies, from what I understand. And they did have these kind of getting shown off on their socials and stuff. I think they were also at the booth, but we got the promotional images kind of floating around. I took a couple of the pictures from online and stuff. And like I said it about Romanke, said it about other companies showing off blank bodies. Customizer heaven, man. You get the different skin tones and stuff. And I definitely like the proportions on this too. It definitely has like those superheroes, super athletic proportions that, yeah, you can make any kind of character with this stuff. So yeah, eating good, man, for the customizers, I think. And I didn't see them go for pre-order yet, so I can't give you a price on them, but hopefully they're not much more than a lot of these other companies. They're getting priced around that $40-$50 price point. But we'll see. You too, Bruce. I'd put that tracksuit on Odious in a heartbeat. Yeah, the fucking that yellow tracksuit. I like that. It's a tracksuit for me. Yeah, the Game of Death. Like, I got that fucking Gomez. That shit is sick as fuck. We need an Abdul Jabbar. Yeah, there you go. Hey, they get around to making that. That would be fucking awesome. And Kareem is still alive. They should hit him up. Like, try to get that shit. That would be fucking sick. I definitely like the shorter torso, abdomen, and longer legs. Yeah, there you go. My man's all about that goddamn abdomen. Shit. Yeah, you're right. These definitely have a kind of better silhouette to them, huh? A little bit, but you see, man, I could definitely see people making like a custom Superman out of this shit. Even that head sculpt kind of looks like that, like more older type soups. Or what's the name of that future Superman? The fucking Batman Beyond. Forget the name of that motherfucker. And then it looks like they have an all black body also. I don't know if this was exclusive, but this is crazy. What? 15 on the NR website. Are you fucking serious? Holy shit, bro. That's crazy. They're $21.99 on BBTS. What the fuck? Man, that's insane, man. And you know what? How much was that Batman? That was like $70. No, it was like cheaper than the Moffic stuff. That's crazy, bro. Like, yeah, man, this is what I'm talking about, baby. Tariff free. There's no tariffs on this shit, guys. So yeah, this is crazy. Black body sold out. Okay, that must have been a more limited one, man. Man, that's dope, dude. That's insane, man. Holy shit. God damn, that's hard to pass up on. You can't get shit for that low. You know, it's like even if you're not interested, it's like for something that low, it's like fuck, that's awesome. God damn, that's crazy. And then it looks like they're also making a 1/60th line Cthulhu. This shit kind of threw me off. I was like, this is super random, but it looks super fucking dope. You know, it just looks pretty crazy, but I can't say that I'm going in for anything like this. But to get that whole diorama and shit, or to build one out for this thing would be awesome. And I don't know, this motherfucker could change different sizes. Maybe it's like the size of a 7 or 8 inch figure. I don't really know the scale of this thing, but obviously if these little guys are like 1/60th, I don't know how tall this fucking Cthulhu thing would be, but it does look like a lot of fun and shit. You know, I could definitely see these guys making like fucking different kind of kaijus in this type of scale. That would be awesome. But it just, to me, it just looks like something, I don't want to say niche, but I kind of want to say unnecessary, especially when you got Loose Collector teasing out their Cthulhu. And the one booth shot that I got from them was a fucking head sculpt to this thing. And like, holy fuck, bro. This thing is going to be fucking chunky, man. How much do you think this thing is going to cost? I think this shit's going to cost like $350, bro. Like, after seeing their Death Dealer with the horse and shit, how much was that? Like $350? I think this thing is going to be like $350, man. Like, probably a Kickstarter, maybe. Because, dude, this thing just looks humongous, but really fucking cool. Like, this looks just like the quintessential Cthulhu almost, because it's just gonna be so extremely large. Pause. But yeah, this thing looks insane just based on the scale right here. Like, god damn, man. You know, like this just looks, it makes these like fucking big, huge bodies look like shrunken fucking little 1/18 figures and shit. Oh man, this looks crazy. Break something in the house. He says, yeah, think 350. I'm assuming more based on their other stuff. I don't know. I mean, it's just really fucking big, but I think they're just gonna size up the shit they have already, because they don't really have to engineer much. They just have to size it up, you know. And obviously pay for the fucking tooling on that or whatever, the molds and stuff. But after that, it's just seeing how many they can make. And I don't know, I think they might go to like a crowdfund or something, but I have a feeling it might be in that 350 price point. That's maybe, because anything higher than that, I think people would just be out on completely. It would just price people out instantly. I feel like 350 is that sweet spot, but I could just be way off. I could not know what the fuck I'm talking about. Probably the same MSRP at the Revoltech Giant Titan. Yeah, but that thing is like a Sofubi, right? This is like no articulation. And yeah, like Brick's saying, based on what he prices this stuff at, obviously smaller company, I don't know. I don't fucking know. But I would definitely be a little bit concerned about just like the wear on this thing, because it's just so big. It's gonna be fucking heavy as fuck. But I gotta see how tall is that Dragon Man. I do have that Dragon Man, and it's definitely not that tall. The Dragon Man is not that tall, because I'm looking at it kind of, or not next to my Hulk, but my Marvel Legends Hulk. It's like, nah, it gets to it gets to like the shoulders of the Dragon Man. This kind of is a ways away from that. So maybe it's like twice the size of a Dragon Man, or like at least 75% more of a Dragon Man at the very least. But fuck, I don't know, man. But yo, it's cool. I gotta say, it really is fucking cool. I kind of want movable tentacles though. Yeah, that would be fucking awesome. But I don't know. This guy's not doing all that, but I don't know. We'll see. Final girl saying, "Okay, it might just be me, and I could be wrong. So correct me if I am. But do the legs look a little bit small in comparison?" They kind of do, but I think it's because of the blurry to the picture. You really can't see where the tentacles are. But yeah, they do kind of look a little stubby. You're right about that, but I don't know. I gotta wonder how well it's gonna wear over time on those joints, because this shit's gotta be fucking heavy as fuck. So we gotta wait to see the price and yeah, just exactly how this thing is put together. But overall, pretty cool. And then I gotta jump over to the Gong, not Gong Studio. I think it's a Pop Mart Gong. And they had this fucking Wally, and this shit looks fucking awesome. I was like, damn, this looks dope, man. I was like, yo, I want this shit. This looks crazy cool. Like, dude, this looks like a shit ton of fun. Just having your house somewhere. Like, who wouldn't want to fuck around with this thing? This shit looks dope, man. Like, yeah, I gotta see what's up with this shit. Shout out to D Amazing. He took these pictures for this thing. I was like, whoa. But man, I haven't been able to track that Baymax. I think it might be on AliExpress or some shit. But that model kit looks fucking insanely cool. I want to get that. But this Wally, I was like, whoa. When this goes up for pre-order, I gotta get this. This looks cool. This is like one of my favorite Pixar movies. Like, honestly, it's so fucking good. Yeah, this looks awesome. This looks really good. Yeah, shout out to D for taking a picture of this shit, man. He definitely kind of went around to different booths and stuff. And I really buy too much of the stuff from like Pop Mart. I did buy their Kingdom Come Superman and Captain Marvel and stuff, Shazam. But they also have a Hush line coming out. And I just think it's like, you know what? Now that we saw that LPZZ line, it's like, no, I think I'm good on these, man. And I don't know why their bodies look different from these. Like, I like the way these looked. I thought these guys are eating Mesco's lunch with soft goods, like superhero bodies and shit, or superhero characters, comic book characters. But seeing this Hush line, I was like, oh, these look like fucking shit, bro. They look too puffy. I was like, what the fuck happened? Like, what happened? They were doing pretty good, but I don't know what happened right here. They're fucking like, their proportions look weird. They just look too Migo-ish now, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? That's what I loved about these. That they didn't look like a goddamn Migo Mesco and shit. I was like, these look good. Like, the tailoring on these look good, and the tailoring on these don't look bad, but something just looks off on them. And I'm sorry I don't have a better picture, but yeah, these look like complete shit. I was like, oh, I don't like the way these look. Maybe it's because, like I said, we just saw the LPZZ stuff. But I love these. I thought these were dope as fuck. I couldn't wait to see more of their stuff, man. And after seeing this line, I was like, the fuck is this the same guys? The same company? Apparently it is. So I don't know, man. But you know what, guys? That's all the action figure toys I have for the evening, man. Sorry I wasn't able to cover everything, but like I said, try to get another show off this Tuesday. I don't have work tonight, but I have really, really busy morning tomorrow morning. So I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna be able to chill out here for like 5 hours or whatever, 4 hours. But yo, guys, thank you for joining me. Like I said, be on the lookout. Try to do this on Tuesday again. Because yo, missed all the stuff getting shown off by Bandai, Rebel Tech. There's still a couple of booths that I wasn't able to get like images for and stuff, at least kind of organized it the way I wanted. Mesco Red Hood also didn't get to talk about that, so be on the lookout for that. I do want to give my thoughts on that and stuff. But yo, guys, man, thank you guys for joining me. Like I said, I do gotta apologize. I wasn't able to do like better coverage on this, especially compared to last year. I felt like last year was just a little bit easier to kind of digest and stuff, kind of put everything together, man. But hopefully you guys had a blast. I know I did. I always enjoy talking to you guys. Any chance that I get to come up here and stuff. But yo, I owe you guys another episode this week because, like I said, I want to get around to talking about the stuff myself also, man. So be on the lookout for that. Until then, you guys keep buying cool stuff, keep collecting, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. You guys, peace out.